problem. Oh, Sonic Wave. Sonic Wave. Oh, sorry. Scream of Pain. Scream of Pain. So close, but not quite there. In fact, Sonic Wave was actually available, so it should have been the spell he used. Probably didn't want to waste it in the off chance that Xiaodian's.
This will do nicely.
And that's why probably why she didn't use her ultimate. She's still a pretty high cooldown ultimate, so without the Agatives, it doesn't really make much sense to spam it as early in the mid game, especially against an Outworld Devourer. An ultimate is very powerful against it because it's high. It seems like a low trial speed, but it's actually quite fast because of the area is deceptively large. And on top of that, if you get really close to the Outworld Devourer, there's no way that you're gonna miss it, even if he has Astral Imprisonment. It takes too long to use the cast point for Astral Imprisonment, unless I mean it's very obvious you're gonna use it for a couple seconds. Right, Midas is coming out on Psionics. I like that idea. Snowball a bit further. And in terms of net worth, we'll see that he's actually being the Axe because of the kills, or the one kill he got. I think he was participant in the first blood. And that's it, but it's good enough. The kills the Axe got were just not that valuable. Either that, or he went into the jungle often. Or the Axe went into the jungle often, right? Yeah, because the kills, the creeps of the jungle give you a lot more lasses than you should have, whereas the lane gives you a bit more farm, especially nowadays. Because they change every 7.5 minutes, and it takes 75 minutes for the creeps in the jungle to be worth as much as they were before. Meaning that currently they really aren't that valuable. Okay, Velo's still trying to get the duel on the end. That's a bad idea, even with a Queen of Pain joining in, because Speed Rock can just come in at any second. Berserkers call you and you have nothing to do. Ooh, Scream of Pain that misses, so that's a little bit less damage on Speed Drop, but honestly, Speed Drop has infused raid drops. He has 1100 HP. What's your goal here? Shadow Strike actually hits him. They want to take some of the stacks of the infused raindrops with the Shadow Strike. It's pretty smart. Duel is available, but the Berserker's Call comes a bit too soon. They still have the duel onto the Trip Protector. That was the joke the whole time. Sonic Wave not available because it's not enough mana for the Queen of Pain to use it, so the ultimate will be lost by her. And even though they don't win the duel, they do get the kill on the Trip Protector. It's a small kill, but it's worth it for the Legion.
Worthy tribute.
I was meant to have this.
Apologies for that gig. I'm actually drowning in my own sickness, but it's all good now. Jaeger almost is going to catch out Roger, yeah, because the help from Gentleman, he comes in with a haste, evades a Boulder Smash, questions his own intentions, and decides not to go in the end. Finds He instead, also not going to be killed. Right, so that is a completely wasted haste. And on the other hand, you have the Bloodseeker, who has decided to go for the Treads first to amplify his ability in the early game. So with Midas, that's actually a lot of attack speed you get it with a Bloodseeker, and the thirst damage usually is enough. Ooh, Raji finds an axe. That's not a good idea. Berserker's Call. They have to block the Rolling Boulder, but first Boulder Smash to pull him away. Very smart by Raji. Allows him to just roll the Rolling Boulder away. No offense, but if you guys want to watch a Russian cast, there is a Russian cast currently on. So just go that. Just go there, please. And don't spam the English chat with Russian stuff. Just mainly because, you know, keep the cordiality of the chat. I have nothing against Russian people. Just keep the cordiality in the chat and by the language that's proper. Right. This bottom tower. Unless the Overgrowth comes in with a huge attack from everyone else. There's a Blink Dagger on the Axe. No, still 1500 away. Overgrowth comes in though. As expected, Queen of Pain is stuck in that route. Has to run away with a Blink. But one more second to that Blink. Teehee will be able to do it. The Chain Frost hits net and destroys him actually. Bloodseeker was trying to get away with his teammate but couldn't do it in time. And in fact, he's going to be taunted and Culling bladed down. The guys from Xiaodian will be taking 2 kills from Geek Fam. Like right in front of them, honestly. That Overgrowth came from a very obvious place. They just couldn't do much about it. Once the Overgrowth caught the Queen of Pain and she decided not to use any of her spells because she didn't want to fight, they allowed the guys from Xiaodian to just take her over. This axe is having so much impact, and so is the Bristlepack. They're unkillable. You can't go with... Oh, wait, careful. The Ultivar in the middle lane. Teehee has to run away. The help from the Jakiro is not useful enough. I think it's not useful enough to kill the OD. Luckily, the Liquid Breath is good enough to, you know, chase him away from the possible... Oh, duel? No, that's the one using a speed draw alone. Luckily, the Liquid Fire, Liquid Fire is very powerful against an OD because it takes away his attack speed. So the 60 attack slow is not a joke. That's a minor for the Jakiro to have against an OD. So. I mean, always level liquid fire if you're up against an OD. Essentially, the idea. It's also pretty good against Pixel Black, honestly. That skill is really great, mainly because of the debuff it offers. Even the damage is not that great. The debuff is great, and the low cooldown at level 7. Ooh, it's beautiful. You can still max dual breath if you like. That's the build that's all right for damage. But of course, if you're up against someone whose attack speed is very necessary, OD, Bristleback to some degree, then definitely go for the liquid fire build. No. They're defending this tower pretty well with the ice armor from the Lich, obviously, but it's not the best defense without any sort of help from the Axe or Twin Protector, for example. They actually have a really good tower defense, I just realized. Because I realized the Twin Protector's on their side, so you can just heal the towers, give them the ice armor, make him unkillable, so in the end you end up just having tier 1s forever. Now tier 1 of theirs has fallen. In fact, they're actually pretty low health, what Twin Protector is, because he hasn't maxed his... Oh no, he has maxed his living armor, but it's not using it as often as we'd like. There's some teams that use it very much, you know, and some teams that like to keep it off cooldown just in case they need to help a hero out in the game. I still think you should use it a bit more often. Yeah, there it is. So it's starting to heal up this tower. But this tier 1 probably will fall unless someone comes to defend it. That or the mid lane. Because Geek fam are looking for structures right now. And there's a rupture. Finds Jaeger. There's no way of stopping his TP. So Jaeger's just going to be able to TP away. Gentleman, next objective. Rolling Boulder. There's no rupture for him. But he has no ask from Persimmon. He's been silenced. Also stunned. And Silence gains a lot of damage already for the killing of this OD. That was a good amount of thirst stacks hitting Psionics there. Able to hit him pretty hard and not taking a tower. Not bad. I mean, this still has the ice armor on it, which is annoying because it does slow everyone down, and Psionics actually gets hurt considerably by this. But oh, the Axe plus the Overgrowth hits both of them. The Bloodrite, though, makes a great zone at skill as it stops the Axe's spells all at once with the Silence. The Chain Frost comes in, hits a couple of creeps. It's actually going to bounce with Teehee, but it's not going to go anywhere else. Teehee managed to evade it. That was a weird interaction by the Chain Frost. And Bello still has the blink, and we'll use the duel onto the Bristleback. The Macropire comes out. Bristleback is turned right into the fire's eyes, but the Rolling Boulder has to stop him. They can't kill him in time. The poor Legion Commander will lose his life to the OD. Psionics will do the same, but at least they got that kill on the Bristleback, right? It was worth it, wasn't it? So they think. The Blink Dagger, ready 1 second. Catches Net. No! Net with the Jukes able to run away from the Axe when the Blink came in time. You would expect the Jakiro to obviously go that way. You don't have high ground vision. He decides to go this way. He you know, jokes on you. Haha. If Berserker's call, he's already here. So that's pretty good.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
What have we here?
It's offline. You sure? There's nobody in the chat. Oh wow. Is it just me casting them? Huh. Well then I would appreciate if you didn't speak Russian. I thought actually. Okay. Please, I appreciate if you didn't speak Russian for the sake of viewers and for the sake of the cast and everything. It's the English cast. I apologize for the lack of Russian. I do understand you can watch it and everything. Just don't, you know, spam the chat with Russian or insult the cast. You understand I have the power to just be able to. It's hitbox, guys. I have the power to be able to not make you not watch this. You know, if there's only one channel, I really wouldn't insult the one channel that's letting you watch this game. Alright, that's it. Love it. Rolling Boulder, easy kill onto him if he's not careful. But at the same time, with a double damage, yeah, you don't really want to initiate no matter how many heroes you have near him. Honestly, Velo needs the Blade Mail to just counter the Bristleback completely. The Blink Dagger is okay, but without the Blade Mail, you really don't deal enough damage to him. And oh, Jaeger, he is gonna go down to Teehee. Sonic Wave in 1 more second. Oh, Teehee, they're gonna kill him for sure. Sonic Wave is available though once he comes back in. The root that stops his blink from happening, and Teehee has to dispel with a press the attack. Good job. The help from Legion Commander will save him there. Teehee still being followed by Love, who has a haste room, but with the genetic grip, he could have died there. The silence very effective against Bristleback, and Legion Commander sacrificing a lot of her life just to save the Queen of Pain. Good job there. Honestly, I'm surprised the game is. I am surprised the game is as even as it is, because both Xiaodian and Geek Fam have lineups that are, you know, early to mid-gaming lineups, but you do have a team that is supposed to snowball out of hand, which is Geek Fam, and they're not doing any of that, obviously, looking to the net worths. We're looking at losses for a while just to see we're swapping between them, but looking at the net worths, we'll see that Geek Fam here have less net worth than both have less. Both the Co-op and the Bloodseeker have less net worth than the OD, which is pretty considerable. Now at 1400, you know, 17 minutes in, it's actually much less than the Co-op. The Co-op is not snowballing as much as you'd like, but you have the some Bloodseeker allows him to have a little bit of late game. However, the Ursulback is not far behind from a co-op, and he himself is getting a Heaven's Halberd. No, first he's going for the Solar Crest. I think it's Heaven's Halberd and then Solar Crest. No, it is Solar Crest and Heaven's Halberd. Okay, Heaven's Halberd seems too strong, stupidly strong against a Bloodseeker. But, yeah, your choice, I suppose. Solar Crest is a bit more offensive, but at the same time, like I said, Xiaodian should really opt for the Heaven's Halberd this game because it destroys the Legion Commander, destroys the Bloodseeker completely. They have no way of dispelling that. It's so strong. That item got buffed to oblivion. All right. They're gonna take this tower down eventually with Liquid Fire, but Diane has the first root. There's the hit. Now the Overgrowth misses with the Overgrowth, and he should be just fine because of that blink. Blink in 5 more seconds. Velo's still attacking from behind. They have a duel available. Rolling Boulder. They go in. The silence onto this poor OD. But the Outworld Devourer came in time with the Astral Imprisonment. Velo wants to get the duel off. Won't need to because the Outworld Devourer will just die to the poor Blood Right. Now Speed Drop being hit slightly by the Queen of Pain. Tries to catch him with a Berserker's Call. It's already wasted. There's a duel available. Stunned. Taunted. This poor Axe is not getting anywhere with his life because Velo will end it right here and now. Sonics, meanwhile, getting a kill on the backlands against Diane. He's already been cleaning up everything using that extra thirst damage. And with this, they'll take tier 2 up top. This is exactly what Geek was looking for. That snowball that's going to allow him to catapult into the enemy's base. With the Bloodseeker getting a bunch of farm there. Thanks to his bias, he's still getting a bunch of farm more. Legion Commander finally getting that duel that she was looking for. And of course, Tihi participating in a bunch of kills and getting that experience. So valuable experience above level 11. Try to get to level 12.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I mean, no, usually there's Russians and English people. I mean, there's a
Worthy tribute.
asking for create your own little chat channel. Now, it's not Russian stream. You don't get to invade it, my friend. You don't get to invade the Russian stream. That's pretty... Just don't spam. That's all I ask, man. Talk in Russian if you need. Just don't spam. Also, you can create your own Russian channel. That's what I was going to try to say, man. If the Russian channel is not working, you can just go and create your little channel. Because the first one's supposed to be in English, and we can get in trouble with Smashcast for this. This is the only thing. Or you can get in trouble for Smashcast for this. I don't know, they have weird rules. It's not like Twitch. But you can create your own language channel, and it works fine. And have no problem with you watching the stream for obvious reasons. I actually don't care. The stream is for everyone to watch, but... it's sad that the Russian stream is not here. In fact, I'm actually going to talk to the Russian streamers and see if they can go on to game number 2. I don't know what happened to game number 1. Must have been an issue with their one of their casters. That said, oh, the rolling boulder went somewhere, but that was a really dangerous rolling boulder. In fact, it wasn't actually. Speed drop stuck in the middle of the shrine. Not a bad idea. The Macropire is actually destroying the Lich, very well placed. However, the Earth Spirit will have to sacrifice himself to Silence Eclipse. Silence will die too. The duel comes out, and the Outworld Devourer is as good as dead. No, he's not getting any hits. Finally, Velo finishes him off. Speed draw, meanwhile, fighting against Tihi. Not a good fight for him, as he's gonna go down. The Ice Path catches Lava just enough so he can get hit by a Sonic Wave. A bit of love for Lava, they say, as they hit him with a dual breath. No, but the Shadow Strike will take away those charges of the living armor. They're still meaning to kill him, but Jesus Christ, this guy is tanky. Tihi following him to the ends of Earth. He still has the magic signature to blink one last time, but it's not gonna do it against Lava because he's so scared of this goddamn Bristleback. He's way too tanky right now. Geek Fam is not able to get that kill, but they do kill the Outworld Devourer and the Axe, all in exchange for a Bloodseeker. That's not that bad. Bloodseeker and Earth Spirit. I gotta admit there, that was mainly Jakiro. Net was a beautifully placed Macropire right on that hill. I destroyed most of the OD's health and the Lich as a whole. English-speaking people viewing the stream. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, exactly. There's no viewers. Not all viewers chat, of course. You don't need to chat. It's just for the sake of someone being open to having the conversation in the English channel. That's the only... I don't know why this issue is becoming such a big deal. I really don't care. I just talk to the Russian streamers so they can open up their channel. I don't care about having more or less viewers, honestly. It's just a hassle they have to watch my English cast when you'd rather having a Russian cast. I understand that. I'm a Spanish caster too. I like when they complain to us that we don't have that like, oh, we have to watch English cast today, blah 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 blah. I always tell them, don't spam chat, don't be mean, you know, because it's not your chat. Meanwhile, when you come to our Spanish cast, then it's their chat completely. Right. Okay, what is the Legion doing? Another duel against the Axe. Is this a good idea? Only with Raji's damage. Oh, actually, that's a lot of damage! Holy lord! Raji with just a Magnetize and the damage from the Geometric Grip and the Boulder Smash almost destroyed the Axe. That was insane. That was insane. That was really good. In fact, he got the... No, Velo got the last hit, yeah. And they won another duel. That's 42 damage already for Velo, minute 22. It started out with 0 at minute, what, 18, 17? I think that's when the first duel came out. And now he's finally starting to snowball out of control. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Net does sacrifice himself against Love H. No, sorry, against Gentleman. And meanwhile, Love It. Love H, Love... Oh, so is it Love H then? Okay. Love H here managed to get his Solar Crest, now going for the Heaven's Halberd. Still a great idea, especially now that you're losing, isn't it? Jaeger with the Rupture onto him will lose all those charges of the Living Armor so quickly. Chain Frost comes out before he dies, but it barely bounces onto anyone important. And there's a bit of Blood Right zoning out. Great Boulder Smash by Raji. The duel comes out, catches out the OD, Sonic Wave to finish him off, and now the Rolling Boulder onto the Axe. Berserker's Call onto 3. That's pretty good. The Cooling Blood is available. We'll kill off Raji. That's the first slam dunk of tonight, and the next objective is Velo. He has to heal himself back up, has the armlet, and is caught by Dian. Using the armlet before the Cooling Blade comes in. Berserker's Call, they want to bring him down in time, with Speeddraw taking his life away with his bare hands. Just an axe and a good pile of blood, I suppose. Xiaodian did lose a lot of that in the beginning of that engagement, truly, but afterwards, the axe coming in, such an impactful hero. Honestly, you saw how powerful the axe can be. You need a Silver Edge to counter that hero a bit, and also the Bristol Black. That Silver Edge idea is so great that I would actually like to see it on the Legion Commander as well. Why are you going BKB when you can just go Ags? Well, you kill everyone, you know, you kill pretty much anything by yourself. The Ags is still a consideration. Especially when you get more dual damage. You're at 56 dual damage. All you need is a Blade Mail Ags, I think, rather than BKB. You know, Blade Mail Ags.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Worried if I race it.
What have we here?
Oh yeah, also, when I say English viewers, I should have specified. I don't mean people that are English. I mean people that just... I don't know how main language, or people that speak it so well, like the Finnish or the Swedish or whatever, that always beat us. I mean, shit, you should hear a Spanish person speaking English. Hello, I hope that you like the stream today. Welcome to Geek Fam and Xiaodian fighting for the Dota throne, exactly. For the ancient, yeah. That's fucking horrendous, man. It kills me every time. So anyway. That's why Spanish should exist. Geek Fam is actually having a slight domination of the match, but not too big right now. Speeddraw still has better team fight, and both their cores are really well farmed, the Bristleback and the OD. The issue here is that both of them actually are not having that much impact in the team fight because of good duels by the Legion Commander, and she's the destabilizing factor. That BKB is also going to help her initiate much more, and she doesn't decide to go for a late game. You always have the Ags option, which actually gives you a lot more late game. Chain Frost, just on the Queen of Pain, the Yule Scepter onto herself, takes away the root, and now the Blink to leave. Very smart. Speeddraw trying to use a Berserker's Call in time, but of course, that Berserker's Call has a cooldown of some sorts, and eventually you just take... Keep your fire in your ass. It's the best of 3, by the way, guys, for those of you asking. That's an interesting question. Right, the end. Going on to Velo. Oh, careful, the root. Now the Berserker's Call. Yeah, Velo's dead. Velo is dead. He stayed a bit too long. There's no need to stay there, honestly. Raji might have... I think Raji was angling for a kill, maybe, from the Shrine, because he did TP to it, and we're just looking to see if they could get a kill with a duel. But, of course, there was 5 people there. They didn't see them and got punished for it. Orga is going to be the next item for Teehee after going for the Yule Scepter. Very smart, because the Yule Scepter will help him against all those roots, which are annoying him today. So I think the Yule Scepter is a good idea, but later on going for the Orchid for the real damage, especially against an OD, being able to stop his Astral Imprisonment, being able to stop his Sunrise Eclipse, even against a Bristleback, stopping his close space can be very annoying, because Bristleback nowadays doesn't like going for Lotus Orb as much as he likes to go for more offensive items, because he already goes for the Solar Crest and later on the Heaven's Halberd, so it's kind of annoying. Okay, Bristleback careful. The Ice Bath hits him. Love it. It's going to be 5. Berserker's Call, though, does catch out Queen of Pain in the backlines. That was a very dangerous blink from the Queen of Pain. Has to blink away. Will she be able to? No! The Culling Blade will stop her mid-blink. And out she goes, like the rest of her team. Geek Fam loses another mid-hero, and thus puts themselves in a difficult position this game with only 47 net worth advantage. This is not looking good for the guys at Geek Fam after the advantage they had in the early game. They're now facing a very farmed up Bristleback and OD, both of which are playing very aggressively. All Geek Fam is doing is losing the Queen of Pain left and right. That is not what they were looking for when they started this game. The snowball was the tactic for Geek Fam, and instead, they find themselves snowballing into a wall. Nope. What is Speeddraw doing? Actually, what the hell just happened? Did he just... Did he see... No? It was Blinking Legion Commander, okay. Blinking Legion Commander. They see that as well. I think they're pinging that, so there's Observer Ward over there. Really well placed Observer Ward, actually. We'll talk about that in a second, but do they have a gym? Yeah, they do. The items are done. Okay, that makes sense. I love the new Chamber Protector builds. No more Solar Crest, thank Christ, so they go for more Midas and... Well, not Midas necessarily, actually. Force Staff is the most popular item right now in Chamber Protector, but it's really good. Okay, Tiki finds Jaeger. You'll Scepter onto Jaeger. That's an easy kill. They catch him with a duel. Blood Rise not being used. Okay, so duel. Victory. And now Raji. Oh, going on to the Axe. Trying to prevent his Blink with a Shadow Strike. It's a really good idea. Rupture as well onto the Trim Protector. Sonic Wave to finish off the Axe. And the Trim Protector can go nowhere but the sidelines, where Xiaodian will have to keep him for 45 seconds. Geek Fan, meanwhile, recovering with those kills, getting a good dual kill for Vela. Like I said, more dual damage always valuable. And now they're going to go for this tier 2 tower, taking advantage of the fact that there's no Leech or Trim Protector to stop this. Alright, good job, Geek Fan. No, please take the tower before you leave. Jesus Christ, don't just leave it there. In fact, get the last hit. God! The last hit gives you more gold. There's just no... Just stick one person. Whatever. They go for Roshan. That makes sense, actually. They decided to go for the Roshan in exchange for a bit less gold from the tower. Roshan gives him no cheese this time, only Aegis, but cheese will come back very soon. And though they are not the best at taking Roshan, in fact, it's actually Xiaodian is a better Roshan taking skills, and you are preparing the cheese for them. I suppose the Legion Commander just really, or sorry, the Queen of Pain just really wants that Aegis, and later on they can still take it again. Legion Commander is pretty okay at taking the Roshan as well. We'll see. For now, it's just important that they've recovered their whole net worth in just a single... like 3 kills. Hey, one of them was on the Axe as well. When the kills come out on the Outworld Devourer, for example, especially with that Orchid that's now available on the Queen of Pain, woo, this starts to be a difficult game for Xiaodian. Like I said, late game is not particularly any teams. It's actually pretty favorable for both of them. One team has a bit more team fight. The other team has 2 supports that offer team fight, right? Whereas this team of Xiaodian has the team fight for both Team Protector and the Axe. However, the Legion Commander's duel can be very effective if used in the late game as well. We just need an agonist for it. No, just need I really want to see the Axe would be wheeled. I think it's gonna be great, but just need some good positioning and catching the right target, obviously. Gentleman has a Hurricane Pike and a Blink Dagger, so he could go on T here if he thinks he's alone. In fact, Astral Imprisonment plus the help of his teammates. Yeah, Axe is coming in as well. Berserk's Call to catch him out, and the OD just comes in from behind. That would be a surprise factor. Tiki is very decided to take this tower down. Now with the Liquid Fire, the Jakiro shows himself. They don't know anywhere. They know where anyone else is, actually. Raji also does. Berserk's Call could catch 3. There's the TPs coming in from behind, and OD. Astral Imprisonment catches the Jakiro only. The Queen of Pain does not lose any health this side of his Eclipse, but she does lose a bit of mana. There she goes. Blink away. Overgrowth doesn't catch him in time. You'll set her onto the floor. Outworld Devourer. He will kill Net, though, but the Ice Path in the process. Net sacrificing himself just for that kill. Sorry, just for the rest of his team to survive. That's a really good idea. Xiaodian waste a whole 5-man gank for nothing. Well, for nothing, sorry. Let's make the Jakiro count. For a Jakiro. For nothing. Nowadays, honestly. The Jakiro's not even position 5, he's position 4. All he's got is a Yule Scepter, and that's enough to make him happy. And careful, because speed draw... Oh no, actually the objective is much easier. Trim Protector, they stun him out. And the duel is there. That was pretty pretty nice route they got there, but Velo will get off the duel. 88 duel damage to his name, 31 minutes in. That's not looking bad at all. And now they're gonna find Jaeger. They don't have a duel available, so his kill is not as valuable, but hey, it's still a kill anyway. Rolling Boulder catches him out despite the lack of vision. Jaeger's gonna go down. Meanwhile, in this bottom lane, Net manages to TP down to defend this against Gentleman. Gentleman wants to TP away. They have no way of canceling this, no Yule Scepter or Ice Path, so he's going to be able to just walk away fine. Whereas Tiki, together with Velo, will finally take down this tier 1 tower in the in the bottom lane. The mid lane and top lane towers have already been taken down, so that's pretty good for Geek Fan. Frankly, it's actually quite surprising any objectives they've taken against a Lich and a Twin Protector. Oh, what is Roger doing? Okay, I was thinking he's just de-warding with Jump. Cool. I love that little thing. I don't know what Xiaodian means in Singaporean or whatever. I don't know. I actually, Singaporean's not a language. I don't know what language even these guys even speak, because Singaporeans speak a variety of them. I don't know if it's English or some sort of what's it called? What's the Singaporean version of English called? Like the dialect they speak there? Ah, shit, not entirely certain. The point is, I'm curious as to what Xiaodian means. Singaporean team versus, to believe Geek Fem is Filipino. No, actually, Net is Malaysian. So I guess it's just a combination of a lot of CA teams. Raji, I'm pretty certain is still here, and so is Teehee. But right, it's a pretty good team. Geek is a pretty good team. Back in the day, or back when the SCA qual started and whatnot, they were considered up there with Clutch Gamers. Clutch Gamers was actually pretty weak, but they were having really good performances recently, and Geek were having really good performances as well. So a lot of people expected the same things from them as Clutch Gamers. Sadly, Clutch Gamers took a step up, left the ProDotA Cup, and started playing better games, whereas Geek didn't have that option. Ooh, Rupture, love it. There's Duo as well, and Duo forced him to turn around and face his death. That Chain Frost though bounces around both of them, and the Leech Commander has the BKB activated. She's still not dying. Speedra instantly brought down by herself. She's been disarmed finally. Tries to take away that disarm. It's not going to work out. Silencing clips in the backlines. Kills Psionics. And now they have to go into the OD. The Queen of Pain's still alive. Sonic Wave only for this guy. Only for the OD. He's still silenced. Finally destroyed. Teehee blinks in front of Love and wants to get the kill. But right now she's having the hardest of times. They'll be forced to boulder smash him forward. And kill him off that way. Jaeger himself silenced and destroyed by the Queen of Pain. Without the Bloodseeker, can they push? Of course they can. They have a Legion Commander with 88 dual damage. They don't care. They have a lot of pushing power here. Teehee also deals a considerable able to take down this tier 3 in the bottom lane. Oh no, actually not like this though. They force 2 buybacks. This is much more interesting. The buybacks are going in front of them, trying to catch out someone who's in a bad position. However, instead they realize that the Earth Spirit is a gem. They have a really good vision around the area. Sorry, the enemy team, in this case Geek has a really good vision around the area, and Xiaodian do not. So the Earth Spirit with his gem actually might have just saved him from a bad initiation. He's still going for the Aghanim's. Interesting. I'm assuming he's going to go for the Jobanetic Grip targets allies, because that's very powerful, but who knows? Who knows? That change they made up to the Earth Spirit. Before, the 300 rolling boulder damage was rarely picked, and now I think it's going to be rarely picked as well. That respawn down got changed to a really good thing. Bloodthorn onto Teehee, that's pretty nice. Legion Commander, how far is she from level 25? That's really important to get level 25 on Legion. Not because of the more duels, I think it's just plus 40 dual damage bonus. That's great. Oh, actually, they changed that. I forgot that they changed the -8 press the attack cooldown. It's not the. They don't have the cooldown reduction. I suppose the idea is to build Legion Commander support with that other 5-second press the attack. It's worse than a Photic Shield, so yeah, less healing, a bit more attack speed, I suppose. So it's constant press the attack, but the main thing you use about press the attack is really that dispel. So 40 dual damage bonus seems a bit better this game, or any game. Is good, or is worth it over plus 40 dual damage per duel. So that means 58 damage per duel. Jeez, that's insane. Insane to say it. Love is going for the kind of aggressive build with the Crimson Guard, now Assault Grasser, not aggressive, sorry, carry build, right, which is smart. The axe is descended to the support, or not really support, but the off-lane initiator position. Meanwhile, the Outworld Devourer himself is going for the Scythe of Vice, now Hurricane Blight Blink. So he has the mobility items already. Grab the Scythe of Vice, probably next BKB or Shiva's, BKB and Shiva's perhaps, right, once he sells that Midas and grabs the Shiva's. It's a pretty good idea, especially against a Bloodseeker, but Bloodseeker doesn't seem to be the problem. The only issue with Bloodseeker is that because of his Midas, he's been dying so often and still not had too much of a trouble catching up. 6, 5, and 9. The Queen of Pain had that 4 times less than him, and the difference between them is negligible. It's 1800 gold, which is just up to farming speeds, really. So that Midas has really keeping Bloodseeker in the game, allow him to play a bit suicidal, get the kill in the early game, in the early part of the team fight, and then just commit suicide, because who cares? The Legion Commander stays alive, that's the important part. She surpassed the Bloodseeker in terms of farm, not anymore because of the Midas, but you get the idea. And now that Smoke Egg fails to catch out anyone. But they wanted to kill off someone from Xiaodian. The idea is that Xiaodian used their own smoke, went into the offensive team, or the defensive jungle, and lost it as a result because, oh wait, they're initiating. Gentleman actually initiates onto Queen of Pain. That's a really good hex. They can kill Teehee in time. They have to blink away. Will manage to do so, but Psionics is receiving a lot of damage with the Chain Frost. Meanwhile, the Legion Commander already dueled someone and might just die as a result. Velo will be taunted and destroyed finally. Great macro fire by this Jakiro. Also the Ice Path. Thanks to him and the Earth Spirit, they managed to kill off the Axe, and they might even kill the Bristleback if he's not careful. They keep using stacks of Magnetize. That's another stack of Magnetize. The Ice Path going on, and the Yosef just to get another Ice Path onto this poor Outworld Devourer, and I think Love It will die to the damage. Maybe he has a lot of resistance, but in comes Psionics, super fast. It's race car time. The Ice Path to cancel it down. The dual breath. Why did you use the dual breath before the Ice Path? Why? Jesus, that was Such an obvious thing, so obvious they pinged him. Okay, Gentleman gets seen because of course they have some sort of vision. They've done it already once, to go in there again. At least luckily this time they get the kill on the Alvo Devourer because he decided to play really away from base even though he didn't have a buyback. So that's Alvo Devourer gone for 106 seconds. And if Geek want to fight, I mean they are in their full right to do so. They could have also killed the Bristleback there, and that would have been a double dieback actually, and they would have won the game, but they chose not to. They actually chose not to win the game. Jesus Christ. I know what he was trying to do, which is dual breath. And oh, look at me! I know how to do the ice breath. I can control it. I'm gonna get as much damage as possible, and then I dual breath him. But you don't need it to do that because Silence was coming in with a race car. His 7 tower lasted a long time. You didn't need to kill him. Either that, or he thought he could kill him with dual breath, which I. Oh, careful, speed draw. Don't catch out Teehee in time. Net will be always standing in the middle of blood right. Have you noticed that they always stand in the middle of the blood right because they know that the blood right is one of the best zone out spells out there. He actually went for the blood right damage. Not surprising at all. Honestly, you can go for the minus blood right cooldown, and it's actually pretty good over the lifesteal because you can just use the blood right constantly to zone out whatever the team is doing. That silence is oh so long. Dire lack here, and this is Dire being Xiaodian. They don't lack that much, honestly. They like better initiations. The team fight has become very weak because Axe got relegated into a 3-position role, and of course they lack a Midas on the OD. They had a sorry, they lack a Midas. They lack some damage on the OD. They have the mobility items here, the Hurricane Pike and the Blink Dagger, but of course you didn't go for the Shivas. You went for Seth of Ice first, which is okay as well. But you didn't go for those like really strong items. He's not even been using Hurricane Pike too much. It's not really a matter of lacking in terms of draft. Both drafts are pretty equal. In fact, Xiaodian could still win this game easily if they get a good team fight. But the Bristleback went for 2 defensive mid-game items, and the OD decided to go for Midas. What they lack here is cohesion. The OD decided to go for Blink Dagger, Hurricane Pike. What does this say to you? Oh, he wants mobility. Sure, but why does he want mobility? Because he doesn't want to end this early. He wants the mobility so he doesn't die too much in the early game. The enemy team doesn't get too much of a snowball. You get an advantage to your Midas, and every single kill you get just because of your natural damage. Just understandable. Your natural damage is pretty high as OD. But of course, you still need some sort of damage eventually, and if you get it so late in the game, the Bristleback by this point has stopped having the same impact he used to have. And look at this duel from Velo, catches out the Alvo Devourer, still no Blade Mill, has a lot of damage though. And will he finish the duel in time? No, Overgrowth will save his life. He still has to press the attack to take away that Overgrowth. But he has to run away. If the cheese available, the OD keeps hitting him. The Chain Frost, and this Legion Commander will regret the days he was born. But yeah, what they really lack here of Xiaodian is... Oh no, why is Teehee joining in? Why is Teehee want to die too? She has a Yule Scepter to dispel all those stacks there. Oh, good Yule Scepter. Really good Yule Scepter. And the Berserker's Call. Now with a Blink. I think they missed the root. I saw someone rooting him or something like that. Oh, and they still want to fight here. Apparently, Silence goes in, attacks the Bristleback, has no way of stunning him out. So instead, he's just going to lose his own life. And the Age is lost by a great Silence Eclipse. Surprise, surprise, says the Outworld Devourer. As Roger goes in, the Macropire hits the end. They're starting a Forest Fire, but the end is okay with it for now. Teehee receiving a lot of damage. Uses the Blink last second before the Cooling Blade comes in, and she survives. Now the Ice Bath goes onto Gentleman. It stuns him for a while, but they still get their kill onto Raji, and Net plus Teehee will have to retreat in time. I believe did she TP? Yeah, she must have blinked TP. But regardless, the guys from Xiaodian get another team fight to their name and equal the score ever so slightly. Honestly, the only issue here is how they're playing the Bristleback. He's not being too effective this game, and they use the Alvo Devourer a bit more that way because they don't see that much cohesion in their lineup. He went for mid game, he went for late game. What? Why? You know, you don't want to have someone in your team prepared for every stage of the game. You want everyone in your team to be on the same page. Comparing this to Geek Fam, Midas went for Bloodthorn, so clearly a late game co-op. Legion Commander went for Mortigan, and BKB, clearly a late game Legion Commander. They were aiming for the late game the whole time, which is why they're having an advantage now. And if Geek Fam stop making plays that are going to win them or lose them the game, then they can win this game. It's actually not that hard for them, but really they have to stop making those mistakes, which allows Xiaodian to come back and allow them to still win this game because the lineup is honestly not that bad. Initiations, lol, they got Action Tree. Yeah, but just because you have Action Tree does not mean you don't need better initiation. I don't mean like they need it as in they don't have it. I mean they need it as in they need to do it. They need to do it. Sorry, I should have explained myself. It's all comes down here this game to execution. Like I said, the drafts aren't missing anything. It's really the execution here by Xiaodian and Geek Fam. Both teams are committing suicide constantly with some of their heroes for no reason whatsoever. Some of their initiations are very off, especially by the Axe, who has not been getting good Berserker's calls for a while now. That's mainly as well because he's weak in the later game. So the Berserker's Call is a very low range spell. That's why Overgrowth is used so often, because it's a high AoE of Overgrowth. They need to nerf that, really. And they're not using them in conjunction anymore. It's really easy to evade them. The guys on Geek can constantly get the initiation onto them with a rolling boulder, and that just can't happen, because the axe needs unknown enemies like easy Berserker's Call, easy Hex as well. Everything wasted onto him, and they can still go for more. The next objective is the Legion Commander. They have to force a buyback already. There's the Macropyre, but the BKBs have been activated. Velo gets a duel onto the Bristleback. Really? That's the objective? That's not going to kill him in time. In fact, Velo almost dies. Has to eat the cheese in time. Good Boulder Smash to help him out, but no. Turn into a pig, and then he'll collect his ham. Now, the Queen of Pain has been disarmed. She can barely hit Love, and the only thing really left alive here are the two supports of Psionics. The cleanup crew is ready, but for now, he's taking way too much damage. Meanwhile, Raji, as in Berserker's called and destroyed by the axe. The only thing that almost died here was Jaeger, and even so, they're actually pretty okay. Now they find the Bloodseeker. They want to take away his damage, and they're going to do so by killing him. Okay. I thought they were afraid of the Bloodseeker, but they're not. The Xiaodian, like I said, seem to be completely into this game. They have a great control of what this game is going for. The OD is a great late game, and he's utilizing it pretty well. And Geek fam keep being unaware of their surroundings. They lost the Jet, and they're still fighting in a very weird way. Not aware of smoke ganks. It's like the third time they catch the Queen of Pain in one of those initiations, which is not good. Now look at this. She's farming. I mean, she's doing it very aggressively, but the Scythe device has clearly fucked you over enough times for you to get Lincolns, or for you to stop playing so aggressively. The answer, they are just bad. It is missing in the execution, but saying they are just bad, well, I wouldn't say that. Nobody's just bad. You know, there's always reasons for what they do. But it's always a matter of identifying your mistakes. That's what a caster does as well. I mean, you just can't go, they're bad. You know, that's not an analysis. Imagine if you were playing a game, you're losing, like, well, what do we do? Oh, we're just bad. We're just worse than them. Well, you lost the game. Why play? Why bother playing? However, if you... Well, okay. You lost the game, why bother playing? I say that as Sekiro decides to commit suicide. But the whole point is acknowledge where they're killing you. Seriously, how many times have they killed you? Going up a high ground slope, going, just generally being in lane. How many times have they killed these guys? A bunch! A bunch! Kingdom has lost so many people in those situations, and they still haven't put any defensive wards. Look how the map is warded, completely in favor of Xiaodian. And don't say that Jakiro is going to go ward, because of course he was going to go ward, but you need some sort of cover up for him. You can't have half the team farming and the other half saying, oh, I'm going to go ward and help my team out so we can farm a bit further. Geekfam needs to get on the same page. They really need that cohesion. Same as Xiaodian needed it before, but seems like they're finally on the same page. Utilizing the items properly, and Gentleman being great combat mechanic here. TT is good by TNC. Now, TT is not bad, but you do need to play a bit more safely here against Xiaodian. Not throwing or anything, it's just safely. Honestly, Geek has net. So you can say TT's bad or whatever, but Net used to be playing in the old orange, and that was amazing. Oh, they're gonna go out to Legion Commander. That duel is not gonna come out this team fight, I'm pretty sure. Macropyre is available though. So they keep going to the Queen of Pain now. Tiki's about to die. He survives. The duel does come out onto the Outworld Devourer. It's able with the turnaround. Sonic Wave to hit them as well. And the duel is not gonna complete in time, but they will get the kill regardless. Now they have to silence or stun someone. The person back TP's away. The Bax does not have the same luck, and Jaeger will be the last victim of this team fight, as GeekFam finally recover what they lost and get a good team fight out. Catching out the Queen of Pain in the beginning, but not having enough damage, being able to evade all that attack, that's really good. The Leech Commander getting a duel out that I was surprised about, but worked out really well because of the Blood Right zoning out everyone else. That was what they needed, a good team fight like that. Adds on Bloodseeker, that's interesting. And now they're gonna go obviously for, ooh, he went for the plus 14% blood. I see, that's interesting. I was not expecting that at all. That's why. And oh, the Hex plus the Heaven's Helper, that's not the best combination. Honestly, you don't want to do both at the same time. The Boulder Smash hits 3, that's pretty good. Boulder Smash, now the Ice Path keeps him in place, ensures that they can't move anywhere. The Macropyre, just to clear the creep wave, knowing that the enemy team can't really, farm efficiently through it. That Macropyre is coming in with an Ags, right? Yeah, how far is the Ags? Huh? What? Oh, he went for a 4-staff instead, I think. Because, yeah, he can't tell what. Let me. Okay, Tomo, no, that's a Tomo knowledge. Okay. The Jakiro wants to get to level 25 to increase the Macropyre, but of course he also wants to get that Axe to increase the Macropyre damage. And together they actually deal a ridiculous amount of damage. I mean, it's pure damage and pierces immunity. If you increase that damage to 225 pure damage a second, are you kidding me? That's better than Chakram over an area over a duration of 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's ridiculous. Now support 30 seconds. That's so. It's so good. You know how much damage that is if you were to stand there just for 10 seconds? That's 2,250 of your health. Gone. If they just stand there for the duration of the current Macropie without ultimate, most of them are in a coma, and Lich dies. So you have to be really careful with that Macropie. And when it lasts 30 seconds, it's a cooldown of 40, and you can... No, it's cooldown of 60. So it lasts 30 seconds, so you have 30 seconds without Macropie, essentially. That's still pretty great. That's still pretty insane. With a great length. Either. It's pretty easy to do. With a blunt right to zone them out, maybe force them into the Macropie. That's so strong. What Shakiro has right now in his inventory, what he's gonna get is very powerful if they want to kill off the guys like Xiaodian. And frankly, all Xiaodian can do is hope that it's hope that they can get a good initiation out to Geek Fam, because Geek Fam still has a superior, I guess. Actually, no. All they need to do is get a good initiation and they can win. Now, all they need to do is get a good Berserker's Call and good turn protection. That's the two effects. Consider how the teams are made. You have Geek Fam having better carries per se, because you do have 3 sort of carry-ish cores, I guess. And Xiaodian on the other hand has the... Oh, no, that's bad. Now, Berserker's Call catches out the... Oh, really good save there by Raj. He turns him into a rock and prevents his death. Now the Lich hit by a duel, but everyone's in overgrowth mode. And they still want to kill Jaeger. Not going to happen. Overwhelming odds will come down in a second, though. That's going to hurt him really a lot. Chain Frost, though, finishes him off. Sonic Wave hits everyone. The Macropie already comes down. And now, onto the Outworld Devourer. He's been silenced. He's been destroyed. They only need one more hit, but they can't hit him. Finally, the hit from the Queen of Pain finishes him off. The Silver Edge comes out. Destroys the Queen, the poor Bristleback, but the Berserker's Call to save his life. Now the use of the Heaven's Halberd. He's not hitting anyone. Raji's just trying to kill the support in the backlines, and everyone's fighting in these constant blood rights, making it so hard for them to survive. That silence lasts forever, and they finally catch up the Queen of Pain. She has an Aegis though, so she can survive. They try to help her out in last second. Won't be enough, and now the Queen of Pain will lose her Aegis, but Love It is about to die. Teehee joins in, hits the axe, kills him off with the magical damage, and all the Bloodseeker has to do is let the Rupture finish off this annoying Love It. But he wants to go in with the Blood Rage. He wants to get the last, and Cyrix doesn't want to die. Faces Love It head on, but it's really dangerous. The Yule Scepter to save Cyrix's life. He has to run away, and now it's just 2 supports fighting against his Bristleback. It's way too tanky. Love It just creating space here. They turn him into a stone. That's going to hurt him a bit more, and they put him up the cliff. No, they pull him up with a duel. No, also not available. Love It. Just kill him already. He's broken. He's silenced. There. Finally destroying the poor Bristleback after like a good 10 minutes of chasing him around, and he buys back immediately like, hello guys, I'm back again. But this time it's going to be a bit harder because Velo has a duel available and in 15 seconds, sorry. This is going to happen as soon as the Bristleback starts initiating, so these racks are definitely going down, maybe even the middle racks. They have a lot of damage right now. You don't want to mess with them. Look at Velo's 106 extra damage, plus the armlet, and also, of course, the Queen of Pain, which went from Maelstrom to add a bit of that attack speed to her. Alright, level 25 of Nerve Spirit allows few men to grip on allies. That's pretty good. I'm gonna see more of those. Oh, he did go for the -8 second person attack bro. Wow, I was wrong. Velo said no more dual damage. I don't need that. Okay. It's not that bad. I guess different strokes for different folks. I think that's crazy. No. Raji just put himself in such a difficult position. Oh, that Bristleback. Has he received damage like that? No, he didn't. Good, but sadly, it didn't happen. That's the second rupture already used, even though the first rupture was already being active on the Bristleback. He tries to run into Teehee and takes so much damage. Teehee can always blink away, so he's fine. Doesn't want to get caught by the Berserker Call, and that's Mega Creeps. That's 8 Mega Creeps for the guys at Geek Fam. So it was a bit anticlimactic because everyone was dead. But oh, Queen of Pain, Ice Path, trying to save her life. They still need a Berserker's Call, and they'll grab it with the root plus the Berserker's Call. There's no way she was getting away from that alive. And the creeps are starting to push the base and put a lot of pressure into these towers. In comes the Chain Protector, tries to help them, but he's one of the worst lane pushes. So is the Lich, who has to go for the 25 or 35 frost armor structure damage. Sorry, frost 30 plus 35 frost armor structure armor. There it is. So it's like a...
What have we here?
Right. That said, the racks are being taken down by Geek Fam. No, careful, Raji could catch out Gentleman. He has the Yule Scepter and also the Axe, so it's not that hard. However, Raji instead puts himself in really dangerous position for the enemy team. And oh no, they found a Blood Seeker. Sonic says, screw it, I want to go in, I want to die, yay! And he manages to do so. Coaling Blade to finish him off, and the Rolling Boulder from the Earth Spirit won't get him anyway. He has a Blink Dagger though, but I don't think that's good enough. Raji will just go down to the damage from the Owl Devourer, and yep, Geek Fam decide that it's time to provide catering to the enemy team for some strange reason, and they die in 3 different places with 3.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, let's see. In the middle lane, love it. It's starting to hit the tower pretty hard.
But spirit's immortal.
But the Macropyre makes it kind of hard for them to initiate as well. That's an Agonist Macropyre. To last 40 seconds. Not the best place to put it in. Honestly, you want to put it like that to prevent the initiation from them. Not so you can kill creeps quickly, but whatever. It's honestly not that big a cooldown anyway, so you can just reuse it. This is Jakiro so happy with his life right now. He has a Macropyre as well. Sorry, the Macropyre has Pierce Spell Immunity. That is in only, you know, like half the level, so you might even get it this game. However, with Mega Creeps, it's a bit hard regardless. And look at the attack. The attack from Xiaodian is not good enough because you have to leave Trim Protector behind to just help you out with the living armor and obviously to kill the creeps. And the creeps might just kill him, honestly. Yep, there it is. Trim Protector got killed by creeps. You can't do anything in Mega Creeps as Trim Protector. Jaeger is also going to get killed by a Queen of Pain. They have Sonic Wave, so why not use it? BKB activated. She wants to fight. Berserker's Call might catch her out. Evades it with the Yule Scepter. And now they catch a Lich. Finished off inside the Ice Path. They go on to the Owl Devourer. Winner. Easy duel for them as they finish off Speedrunner. Love it. No, Dian comes with the Overgrowth. Too late. The Ancient was being brought down by the creeps. And after Dian died, the Ancient had nothing to do against his Mega Creeps. So, Geek Fam win the game. No surprise there. They had Mega Creeps. But we will be going to game number 2 where Xiaodian will have the chance to come back into this best of 3. See if they can win another game or the first game and at least stay in the winners brackets for a little bit longer so we can have a third match. That's it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the game for today. My name's been D Swordfish. If you did like my cast, feel free to go into my Twitter and check it out. And if you
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Shaman.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I never made a single.
Reserve.
No, I didn't.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Witch Doctor.
Radiant team ban.
Kill you all.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
Hello guys and welcome to the ProDotA Cup series by Smashcast TV. We have a game between Geek and Xiaodian, and it's the only game of the day. It's a best of 3 between these two teams, and we've already watched and witnessed game number 1. Geek fam able to take that game pretty convincingly despite a lot of back and forth between both teams. It was mostly mistakes and bodies being thrown around, and when I started playing seriously, Geek fam seemed to have the upper hand completely against Xiaodian. Let's see if they can do the same in the second game, or if they lose against Xiaodian, given the possibility of coming back and winning this best of 3. That said, both teams want to remain in the winners brackets, so it's very important that they do take this game seriously. This second game, as Geek Fam is it's a golden ticket essentially, and Xiaodian is the last chance they have to actually come back in these winners brackets. That said, guys, my name is D Swordfish. I'll be your caster for today. Hope you enjoyed the cast as per usual. Let's get right into the draft, shall we? Geek Fam have the Abaddon and the Witch Doctor both picked up. Xiaodian picked up the Shadow Shaman Nyx Assassin. They ban out the Lycan. Sorry. Yeah, the Lycan, the Troll Warlord, the Magnus and Legion Commander, whereas Geek Fam ban out the Ursa, the Bristleback, wow, interesting, the Timbersaw, and the Slark. Geek Fam really don't want to fight against that Bristleback again. It seems like it hurt him a lot, and it's going to be a first pick, first ban, not surprising, whereas Xiaodian ban out two offlaners as well. Legion Commander and Magnus makes sense. Geek Fam both, I mean, they love both of them. The Abaddon's still in the pool, and so that's why Velo picks up the Abaddon. It's what he used to play mainly, Abaddon and Omni-Knight, essentially, so it makes sense to just pick him up in Abaddon, and it goes really well with his style. The Geek Fam, they'll pick up a Witch Doctor and now an Earthshaker, possibly as the position for, most likely, actually, as the roaming support. We already saw how strong that was earlier if you played him well with GH and his Earthshaker, fantastic Earthshaker when he was playing in the Kiev Major. Almost won Team Liquid the game, which they had no business winning. Except, in fact, he actually won them the game. And then the second game, he just couldn't do the same because there's a limit to how much you can carry your team with an Earthshaker. However, very powerful here nonetheless, and a good combination with Witch Doctor of both physical and magical damage with the Earthshaker and the Abaddon combo. And Earthshaker is pretty... He has a lot of resistance because of the Aphotic Shield helping him out. So he is not going to have a hard time being a melee support. Melee supports actually got buffed in the last match because of the aggro changes. And more importantly, with the Abaddon Aphotic Shield, he's going to be able to just, harass as much as he wants, even though his body, armor, HP, damage, etc. is quite low. Now, Xiaodian pick up the Shadow Shaman, Nyx Assassin, the Clockwork, and Anti-Mage. I don't know why I'm repeating this, but... They have a Clockwork, I can only imagine, as support Nyx Assassin as the offlaner, or maybe vice versa. Regardless, it's a bit hard to tell, but they do have a Shadow Shaman support, a decent buff, plus 6 extra damage, a good buff to his talents, I mean, to some degree. They do love using this hero in the SCA region. And combined with the Anti-Mage, he's allows you to build a new...
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
With the Anti-Mage, I think certainly Shadow Shaman could come back, especially Shadow Shaman or Clockwork. These offensive supports work well with a hero like Anti-Mage, who can now pick up the Desolator.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Templar Assassin.
Radiant team pick.
Tinker!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle. 30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Smart money. My house.
Usual, because that gives you a bit more resistance in the lane. Well, level 1 Mana Break allows you to harass the Abaddon because you know you have a pretty confident lane. Meanwhile, the off lane, it's a Clockwork versus Luna. Not particularly the best lane, honestly, for the Clockwork. In fact, I think this aggressive tri-lane was the point for Silence the whole time. To try to kill either Anti-Mage or Clockwork, doesn't matter. Both of them are quite weak. But Clockwork against an Earthshaker is going to have much more trouble because of the Fissure being much more effective against a Clockwork who can't blink anywhere. And the Witch Hunter can come in anytime and just get a kill on it. If you feel so inclined to. For now, the Luna farms pretty well on the off lane. Doing that. Or she is crit in aggressive tri-lane. And so that way you can just bully the Clockwork out of lane and not really get too into the whole killing thing. She's not like a Juggernaut who needs kills to really make the aggressive tri-lane work. A Luna, usually with the rage and obviously her superior attack damage from the Lunar Blessing, is able to win this lane and just get more last hits than the enemy carry, especially when the enemy carry is being harassed by the Witch Doctor annoyingly. Because the Witch Doctor has a high base attack damage, one of the highest in the game, only beaten here by Shadow Shaman in terms of supporting and also that Twin Protector. Oh, Jaeger, careful, Maledictus is on him, but he's not going to receive enough damage. Now they go on to the Anti-Mage trying to hurt him as well. Like I said, Witch Doctor, before they start buffing the Shadow Shaman, used to be the second support with the highest base attack damage. If you don't consider heroes like Clockwork or Beastmaster supports, granted, right? And no, be careful. Ooh, in the mid lane, they actually just mana burned him. Interesting. That's all Nick Assassin was doing, harassing him in lane, and then Teehee forced out with heat-seeking missiles and laser, killed off because he lacked the charges or refraction, because of course he had no mana to use it. Right. Like I said, the support with one of the highest base attack damages is the Witch Doctor, sorry, and he has a higher range than Shadow Shaman, so he's better harassing out the Anti-Mage. However, this mid lane is being quite in favor of Xiaodian, mainly because of the health of the Nyx Assassin. The Tinker with 15 lasses, the TA with only 13, and obviously a Without Death that benefits the Tinker considerably. So, Teehee not too happy with how this lane went, but it was they sacrificed a lot of support rotations as a result, and sacrificed a lot of farm on the Anti-Mage as a result. He only has 9 lasses right now, and is also really low on health, so I think it's definitely worth it for the guys at Geek. Getting more farm into their cores, mainly Velo, who's going to go for the Midas as well, and Psionics, of course, because he is playing the Luna. But Luna's farm has started to go down. They need some help from the supports. Raji decided to rotate mid lane. That's not a good idea, because Luna is alone against a Clockwork, who's now beating her in terms of farm. If only she was at least... she's luckily above the Anti-Mage. Well, not anymore. Anti-Mage is beating her in terms of farm as well. Yeah, this lane is not too won by the Luna right now. Not going too well. Kind of harassment that looks put out, and that's alright. Because you have the Lucid Beam and also the Aura, that's okay, but oh man, top lane. Actually, exchange kills, support for support. Velo benefits a bit more from this than the Blink from the Anti-Mage is available. Velo has no mana, so he doesn't really care. He keeps attacking it. The Blink is going to be used the last second, and Speeddraw will be able to just survive here. No salve for him though, so he's going to be forced to either Shrine. Oh wait, Shrine's not available for 50 more seconds. So Velo has a free lane for 50 seconds, force the Anti-Mage out of lane, and can now finally equal the score between him and the Luna. That's a pretty good job by Velo, just making sure that Psionics can farm more than the Anti-Mage can it? And the issue here is the Xiaodian played this mid lane really well. They were expecting an easy matchup for the TA, because even though she doesn't win against Tinker too much, she should be able to beat him most of the time, especially with Tihi's skill. However, the issue here with the Nyx assassin was really annoying the TA, especially with his mana burn, his long-range mana burning spell. Wow, what I said. And the Earthshaker is forced to come to the mid lane, thus not able to help the bottom lane, thus not able to get kills to the clock, thus taking away some of the farm on the Luna. However, the Abaddon is doing so well, this is all okay. And this is the SCA style. I can't win my lane, it's fine, I'll win yours instead. And that's the idea. If the offlanes play much more aggressively in this region, they love dual offlanes especially. They try to take a lot of farm for the carry. The whole point is being above the enemy team, not necessarily being farmed. It's all about being above the enemy team. And with this, they might be able to be even more above. And there's the fissure. They want to block Gentleman. There's a hard blocking. First stun from the balancing cast. Now the fissure. The Maledict as well. Coming out onto him. He has laser, but he's still receiving damage to the Maledict. So Raj's just going to finish him off. Maledict should kill him anyway. Salve will not heal him up enough to save his life. However, Raji sacrifices himself for the skill, gives a bit more gold and experience to the Tinker. It's not too beneficial, but this slight go onto the Tinker has finally equaled out the later. But the Maledict he would have done anyway, honestly, even if he was south, so that was okay to do. Raji though, sacrificing himself for the kill, yeah, it's worth it in the early game, especially when you're playing the Earthshaker. I mean, you really don't have that much of a ganking potential. Let's not forget, by the way, that Luna's Lucent Beam got buffed recently with a 0.5 cast points.
And it's off.
That's a big deal, because the 0.5 allows you to actually chase enemies much easier, and it's much more effective against yours like anti-mage. Ooh, you are really playing with fire here. But the lack of mana, that anti-mage realized last second. The lack of mana means that your DPS goes down considerably. He would have won that team fight with the Aphotic Shield. Now the anti-mage salves, and Velo at best has a nope, no shrine, and also no burrow time available. He could have. I'm sorry about that. Oh, just making sure my package is full destination. Earthshaker, God damn it with the fissure. That Earthshaker fissure causes the clockwork right in time. In fact, the fissure would have been a second sooner and just used against that. That would have been good enough. Honestly, and the clips, they also have the Lucid Beam. The clockwork doesn't have blade mail. Maybe. Velo in the top lane is now being fed by Jaeger. They want to create some more space for the speed draw. In fact, this is a good idea because they have the shackles. If Velo doesn't use a Aphotic Shield in time, he can't just survive the shackles unless it's borrow time. In which case, actually, yeah, he's fine. He's level 6. He's keeping that point for borrow time. Pretty smart. It's what Abaddons usually do, so they don't get triggered so early in lane. We should take a note from that book. That's actually a really good way to play an Abaddon.
To my house. Haste.
And anyway, Geek fam.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We'll keep pushing up the tower down, followed by Love as well. Sorry, Love comes in just to help out, but of course Silence doesn't really care. The whole point here right now is that Geek Fam is trying to get those lanes in their favor, getting the farm on the Abaddon above the farm of the Clocker, getting a Midas early on, maybe a Solo Crest as well, just to be a bit more aggressively, play a bit more aggressively, and then utilize the TA to get killed. Once she has her Desolator probably, to get stacks, and then build up her Blink Dagger. There haven't been many stacks yet for the TA. Well, actually we're seeing her take it now. Okay, that's why her farm is increasing by so much. Okay, this is just one of the stacks that she has. Not many to put forth for her. Love it, actually, with me brought down here in the bottom lane. And the top lane as well, going out to Velo. He has borrowed time. Velo just activated. Oh god damn, that was late. They had the Mana Void available, so they knew they could burst him down, and the shackles also deals considerable.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So that worked out well for the guys at Geek Camp, as they were Well, I mean, they kill Clockers at bottom. They do lose the Abaddon in the top lane, so it's an even kill. However, Xiaodian really taking advantage of the lack of burrow time there, knowing that Abaddon had not skilled it, and decided to just going on him. Because they knew he hadn't skilled it, or he had the point in safe, but of course, if you burst him down fast enough, it's just not going to work. And notice how Velo decided to go for a different build. It's either the 4F build that we've seen with Abaddon, with the Euphonic Shield plus Mist Coil later on, so you can pop the Euphonic Shield level 2 with just a level 2 Mist Coil. It's really powerful, actually. Oh no, Shackle's gonna grab him. Good. Smart choice to use for coming time. Is the build for 2 levels of the Euphonic Shield, mainly because of the fact that you know that the enemy team has a lot of ways to take away your mana. Okay, Shackle upstairs, the mana taking away. He still has a mango to use one more Euphonic Shield, but oh, in comes Raj. He says, in comes Raji and says, I've never put Throatbreaker or Earthshaker in my life. Jesus Christ, how many fissures has he missed already? Hey, they've changed it or something, because it's weird that he's missed so many fissures. A Lucent Beam stops the clock in his tracks, now a bit of slowing. We need the Lucent Beam, the Maledict's already up on him anyway, they want to destroy the cogs. Love it, it's taking a ridiculous amount of damage to the Maledict. They see him too. There's no TPs, well, not. He knows he's dead, he has to hook-shadow himself away, and we'll try, and I think he might even accomplish it. Psionics is a Lucent Beam though, and it's a pretty long-range Lucent Beam. There it is, Paladin cast as well. One hit from Psionics, and Clockwork will die. Good job there by Qualk, a great health shot, but of course, he just dies eventually because, well, the range is too large by the enemy team. And of course,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He and Psionics will be taking this tower down in the bottom lane. Easy tower. Refraction plus, of course, the damage from Psionics is Ural Blessing. And now the new upgraded Siege Creep. 10 minutes is the prime time to take a tier 2 because the Siege Creep actually deals a lot of damage. And he gets the extra armor from the Ring of Aquila, of course, and the extra HP that he got from the new update. So, right now, it seems like the guys on Geek Fam are just trying to take these towers slowly, start getting the domination piled up, the Eclipse is available at the end, just be slow, paralyzing cast, stuns Witch Hunter himself, but they don't want to get that kill in the end. Want to keep on farming. Of course, Tiki is a bit wary about going for kills, I can only imagine, until he gets the Desolator up. Oh, Velo in the top lane also trying to recover some farm. Pretty good idea here. He has the Product Shield though. He does not have Product. Yep, there's a dead. Poor guy. However, they might even be able to kill Jaeger. Nope, he actually just TP'd here alone. And so there's your mana leaving. Gentleman wants to join in. He has the, of course, he's taking miserable laser damage. He will survive by a miracle thanks to Refraction already activated. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Lava goes in and catches a poor Raji, but is destroyed by the Eclipse as a result. And the top lane decides to advance a bit further, realizes there's a Tinker in there, and then just leave. Tower from Psionics and Velo. We'll just be taking them down quickly. Because again, the help they fought his shield, the Lunar Blessing, and of course the amount of damage Velo. It lost the Euphonic Shield, still has borrowed time, doesn't want to continue pushing because the March of the Machine spam is coming in. That's the goal of Xiaodian, by the way. They have a bigger net worth advantage right now. They haven't been able to take many towers, but the whole point is to just get us to the late game where the anti-mage has a Battle Fury. However, the anti-mage Battle Fury has been delayed by quite a lot. The TA has not been able to farm herself either. And Blink Dagger now on TA. Psionics is lower than the anti-mage, but everyone's gold per minute is pretty low. The anti-mage should have a bit more than 375, but so should the TA. Not enough ancient stacks that I've been seeing. In fact, the supports have been much more concerned in trying to get kills, but Raji has not managed to do any of that. So instead of that, they just kind of sat around and not did anything. So they could just gone for the stacks, honestly. Once Raji realized that this Earthshaker pick is not working out for him. Granted, he wanted to get the farm and get the Blink Dagger early so Raji can actually make some plays, though, and use that Echo Slam effectively against the anti-mage. For now, they lose the great amount of farm that they could have had. Is that a silver? Actually, I don't know. But don't buy it. Or I think it was the mango from the beginning. You can't sell it, so it's a 1 point. Like I said, the Desolator would be available on TA by now, and not have to have a Blink Dagger, because that really slows down your farmers.
Radiant's tower has fallen.
Easy takes that kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
top lane, Raji, with the Mist Impale, so he's going to be okay. No Fissure, also to punish this Nyx Assassin. This is a haste Nyx Assassin, but they could kill him regardless. I think they have a stun. They're paralyzing cast available. No, not really thrown. They know that Spike Carpet's stun is longer than paralyzing cast stun right now, so it's pointless not to Tiki, being destroyed by the Clawquirk. Oh, they have no heat-seeking missile because he's Mills. The Nyx Assassin comes in with a dust, I can only imagine. Tiki wants to run away. There was no dust in the Nyx Assassin. Tiki will be able to just make a life fix to his Blink Dagger, Silence showing in. If there's a blink from his Tinker, the Eclipse would have punished him, but of course, there's no Blink Dagger yet available, so it's actually poverty to save his Tinker. The bottom lane, Speed Draw is so close to finishing up his Battle Fury, but still, he's going to be a late Battle Fury. 15 minutes in, what you expect with some treads. However, this lane is obviously not going in his favor. There's no Blink Dagger on Earthshaker, so there's no way they're going to catch him with just Fissure. He finally gets the farm necessary for the Blink Dagger. I do think that was a great Fissure to do. Dragon Lance for Luna, by the way. That's her early game item, so it seems like she wants to help the TA out. And Tiki moves only, what?
Smart money.
20 on 100 away from it later. That's actually pretty okay for a TA. Probably gonna get 18 minutes in. Before minute 20 is already alright. Usually, if you get minute 15, you've snowballed out of control. But yeah, it's gonna be a bit later than that. They haven't been able to get many kills on the anti-mage. Obviously, the Solar Crest is gonna help once they get it, because the TA will just be able to blink in and destroy with one melt, honestly. But she didn't decide to go for more side blades just to get extra farming. I can only imagine. Beautiful. And available. He hadn't used the Spike Carpet in good time. However, they could have killed him anyway. They don't want to use it. The whole point is to just kill him with auto attacks, and Tiki will do just that with a refraction damage. But meld minus armor is fantastic. Easy kill him to the Nyx Assassin. That's another kill going, taking the wave, and their farmers aren't really stabilized for them. The Luna might be a bit below the anti-mage, but not too far below, only 800 gold, only got to top about Psionic's attack, and they even use it to great shackles into the poor Iron Shaker. The Eclipse goes down from below, stops Jaeger, but Raji will be brought down by Lovey. That battery assault damage too high. That was a great initiation by Geek. Starting out onto, great initiation by Xiaodian, especially that shackle from the Shadow Shaman. Using those to block the Luna's way, and then attacking from up here with his shackles. Ooh, genius. And the Goblin even joining in with a hook shot. That actually allowed them to get a kill. Support for support doesn't really matter, but you take away the enemy initiation. But he had that Echo Slam still available, and of course the Blink Dagger. Now they go on to the end. He still has the Vendetta, so he should be alright. And love it. Careful, because he could just die. Ooh, from behind. Tiki gets destroyed by Gentleman. He wants to blink it again and kill Psionics. Psionics doesn't have an Eclipse either, because he just uses it onto the poor Shadow Shaman. And they're going to destroy the Witch Hunter as well. No more healing left for Psionics. They have to follow her down. More heat-seeking missiles and laser. One last blink. They don't even have. I mean, he has lost any mana. He can't even use it. The Tinker has to just finish him off with blinks. But Psionics will just be brought down by this anti-mage, falling into the trees. Well, actually, can he TP away in time? TPing with a small juke? No. Speed Claw doesn't allow small jukes to happen. Meanwhile, Raji in the mid lane sees the Tinker and says, "Screw it, I'm going home." It is not a good play to go. Oh, for the hook shot, we'll catch him anyway. They know exactly where he was. Raji caught out and destroyed by Lovett.
A little advice. Stay dead.
So for now, that initiation, that beginning that started so well for both Geek Fam and Xiaodian seems to be going much more in favor now of Xiaodian. The best to get their fall with the anti-mage. He has a Battle Fury, a good time. The Yasha will come before minute 20, which is usually the ideal timing anyway. The Luna herself has been really underfarmed this game, and she's not going to be able to recover too much of it, even if she did go for the Glaze build and even maxed it to get those 6 bounces pretty early. But TA herself by Tiki, because of the lack of Desolator, has been kind of zoned out this game and not being really relevant. She needs one more Mithril Hammer, but that's going to be a Desolator plus a Blink Dagger coming minute 20, which is quite late for a TA. And the Tinker himself is just doing so much damage, so forcing everyone probably to go for a BKB. Not surprised that Luna has to go for a BKB after this Hurricane Plague. And even Hurricane Plague doesn't seem that powerful on a Luna, mind you, because you don't actually have the damage to support it. But hey, I mean, it's not like an OD or a Silencer Hurricane Plague. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, I'm seeing a bit of an attack.
Dire's middle tower has been
What's
denied.
Tiki doing? Just farming some creeps. Some melt, blink away. Good thing he blinked away. The end would have just murdered him there. I mean, as soon as he saw a refraction off, attacked him with a Impale. Not even a Vendetta, just the Impale to get more damage onto him. And then, of course, the help of his teammates. Sorry about the yawning. It's very early in the morning for me. I don't mean to. I just don't mean to stop talking. I know I should mute myself, but sometimes it just comes. I really can't help it. Casting is actually super tiresome, and when you wake up late or when it's an early morning cast, it's just cool. You need a couple hours to get back into the routine, right? Aethelins onto the Tinker. That's going to be his first item to bring up the Aghanim Scepter. That's going to help him out against, obviously, the TA, especially with the Refraction Wall with Getter with the laser, meaning that if she just wants to jump on from behind and blink at you, yeah, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Of course, there's still a while till the Aghanim, so we can't assume we're going yet, but the Gentleman is a pretty fast farmer. His low per minute in this game, 457. It's alright, actually. Not that big a deal for a Tinker. The Battle Fury is really helping the Anti-Mage start to farm a little bit more. And this Anti-Mage is looking scary. Going to the late game, I don't think you would have fight with an Anti-Mage versus a TA or versus a Luna, because the enemies will destroy you. There's much more close damages. Agility again is decent. I think it's 2.6. Oh no, 2.8. 2.8, so it is better than the better than the void level. And if you consider that, the 2.8 agility per level basis like TA has a hard time bringing down your armor, even with Desolator plus Melt combo, which is already available by the way. So now it would be the time for Geek to really start getting kills. Maybe they want to wait for the Hurricane Pike on Psionics or some sort of other big item. The Solar Crest perhaps on Abaddon because it's really close to finishing. That's all they can do. That's all they can do really, which is wait for those items and then try to go for something. Maybe go for the Aegis. Actually, that's a really good idea, utilizing this Desolator plus Blink item. So just go without being discovered. However, that Rocket Flare saw you anyways. So Mr. T.
Incoming!
Okay, Xiaodian can't take it by the time. Oh, great fissure, putting him in a really difficult position. And Jaeger actually uses the heat seeking. Oh, sorry, the mistakes. Do not trap Tiki. And they go from behind. Echo Stomp almost goes the end. Raji, though, sacrificed a lot of his life as a result. Hookshot catches the Luna. That's not the objective they were looking for. Has to take the Luna. Is gonna die before she can finish it off. And the Death Ward hitting the clock by a lot. They have to stop this poor Tinker from blinking. They're not gonna be able to. That Aphotic Shield won't pop in time. He should have used the Miscoil Aphotic Shield build there to deal with more damage, but whatever. He goes from behind, catches. Love it. A lot of his mana is lost already. Love it. Just sold that to the Aphotic Shield damage. Tinker has managed to keep back, and now it's going back into the fray. Gentleman destroys the Witch Doctor, but as a result loses his life in the process, and love it. Well, able to survive this because of a TP he just gathered. That was really weird. Meanwhile, Net decides to go down bottom. Okay, defend against the anti-mage attack. That's why they wanted to get more space for the anti-mage, so they could take the racks. But of course, this quick DP for the Witch Doctor stops his attack, and he's not able to take that extra tower and the extra racks. And the Roshan doesn't go down the TA either, but she doesn't die as a result, so that's pretty okay. Psionics, really low on farm. Those hook shots are killing him. The Clockwork is almost as farmed as he is, but he has much more effect than obviously the Luna can have. And that's all.
Yes.
Meanwhile, love it. I'm not planning on seeing T here. I'm not planning on seeing T here at the very least. Raji is just getting a bit of his farm up, getting that Force Staff in. Very important to get a Force Staff. For now, Geek do seem to be losing the game by a lot, and they are up against an anti-mage with a better late game, so it does not seem like Xiaodian has the ability to switch the game at any time. I mean, he's got a Manta Style into the Battle Fury, Manta Style 22 minutes into the great. The Clockwork himself is farming pretty well, getting a Force Staff already early on, which I love, by the way, to get more mobility, and then finishing it off with a Solar Crest. That actually adds to the Clockwork damage by a lot, because you can go for the plus 50 damage later on, level 2. It's much better than Rocket Flare damage, granted. Because it's much more consistent than Rocket Flare. Honestly, Rocket Flare is very used for the damage, so you really shouldn't be getting the plus 75 Rocket Flare damage, unless you're RTK, because he plays a very specific Clockwork. Anyway, that said, the plus 50 damage is really effective in combination with Solar Crest. In the bottom lane, we see Gentleman dying, actually caught out by Psionics. I think it was a quick fissure to stop his TP from happening, and Psionics finishing off the Eclipse. That's a great kill for Psionics. He recovers back up completely, just even surpasses the Abaddon in terms of net worth, and gets the Hurricane Pike to his name. That's fantastic for Psionics. It's exactly what they were looking for. A very important kill onto the Tinker, and he's just back up there. With that, they actually are looking to look for Roshan again. He has the Desolator. And also the help of the Soul Crest from the Abaddon. Needed to Roshan. Here's the Crystal Avernus. It goes down way too quickly for the guys from Xiaodian to do anything, especially without the Tinker. Rocket Flare sees him, but they realize that this Roshan is dying way too quickly. 24-minute 24-second 1 is marked on your screens as everyone sees. The Roshan will be back in 8 to 10 minutes. And with that, the Aegis up on Teehee so they can do some defensive, or sorry, some really crazy aggressive plays. I don't know if that's the best of options right now because you're actually going for a 3 versus 5 in the middle lane. That's a terrible idea. Xiaodian, careful because he doesn't have even the help from his Eclipse deck. One to look up. That's gonna be forced up into the with the Echo Stab! Echo Stomp comes up, hits Speedra, a lot of damage. Speedra actually has no armor left because of the Solar Crest. The Bouncing Glaives will finish him off. Now the Belt is also helping out, and the Clockwork dying to the damage of the Abaddon. Meanwhile, Raji has to hide in the trees and the damage of the Tinker. They kill 2 for none thanks to a beautiful Echo Stomp by the Earthshaker. Echo Slam. I keep calling it Echo Stomp. Echo Slam by the Earthshaker. Sorry. I confused it with the Elder Titan ability because they sound exactly the same. And it doesn't make sense that one is Slam, one is Stomp. And this top lane, Teehee will be taking down all these Ancients. Sorry, in this bottom lane, using the Desolator. Now going for the Hurricane Pike as his next item. The Hurricane Pike is much better on the TA because you actually deal a lot of damage. You can use a Hurricane Pike melt combo. Managing to kill the Animage there, managing to kill the Tinker is actually slowing them down in terms of farm and giving a lot of farm priority here to Teehee, who's managing to really recover. I mean, he's faster at farming lanes than Anti-Mages most of the time, and should be faster than Tinker as well. Only doesn't have the mobility that Tinker does, but still quite happy with it. Tinker has Zags though, so Gentleman is not going to be much more dangerous when it comes to defending high ground, especially. And Xiaodian himself has been farming at decent speed. I mean, he's above the Abaddon by a lot. He's reaching the Anti-Mage, not letting the Anti-Mage snowball too hard, but of course it's still difficult for the Luna to be relevant because she still needs a BKB and doesn't want to get it too early because she needs to help her out in the beginning, especially if you decide to go for her. Hurricane Pike gives you some nice stats. In fact, it increases the stats that the actual Force Staff and... Oh, they had to change. Wait, no. It increases the stats the Force Staff gives you, and it increases the stats that the Dragonlance gives you by giving you 6 HP regen, which is great, by the way, and giving you the extra agility and that and strength. Which is why Luna likes to go for Hurricane Pike so early, because it's actually, I mean, you love those stats. However, at the same time, the lack of BKB is making her really weak against the Tinker, and though her great agility gain is helping her out, only 1 point below the Vengeful Spirit, the best agility carry with in terms of strength gain. Sorry. I mean, her strength gain is helping out because they're 2.5. Only 1 point below the Eventual Spirit's 2.6, by the way. Who's one of the best agility carries to the strength gain, so Luna is quite consistent in that regard as well. But her agility gain is also very powerful against the Anti-Mage. It's not doing anything against the magical damage from the Tinker. So she needs a BKB to really prevent that. A Soul Quest is not that effective in a Luna though, minus 10 armor. She still has a lot of armor, especially thanks to her agility items and the Hurricane Pike and Yasha. So I don't think she's gonna go down. I don't think it's easy to kill her right now at all. Xiaodian's actually quite happy farming, and she's recovered. She's only what 3,000 away from the Tinker. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, she didn't miss as many last hits because of chance. She'd be a bit better off. The TA herself, Teehee, is also trying to farm up what her next item would be. After the Hurricane Pike, I can only imagine it's a BKB. I mean, you could go for Bloodthorn and be really aggressive. If you think you have the upper hand in this game, Bloodthorn is not a bad idea. It's very expensive though. And the Abaddon is trying to buy Radiant, Midas, and yeah, goodbye. Actually, third time plus TP, but they took away so much mana that he couldn't just third time TP. He knew he could just walk away from that if the enemy wasn't there. He could have also TP'd right in his face and third time. Sure. I think it took him a bit too long by chance to have taken. Oh, the Eclipse actually catches Gentleman very, very close though. Pausing catch, not helping the TA, but the Hurricane Pike might save him. No, Gentleman does not save himself, and he's gonna die to the damage of the TA. She still has an Aegis, so they're more than happy with it. The Eclipse already came out though, so they can't really help her out too much with that ultimate, the Hex, now the Shackles, no mana available for the Shackle, no need because the TA had no mana, and a Mana Void will just bop her right up. Xiaodian, meanwhile, running away from this lane. Hookshot is not available from the Clockwork, and Xiaodian will actually just run away.
And it's off.
Meanwhile, the Clockwork with his Pipe of Insight and the Headdress. Xiaodian will be grabbing the Manta stuff for himself. That's pretty good. And speed drop. Catching out this tower in the middle lane. Pretty nice, actually, because they can take a tier 2 in time, and it's hard to really attack him. I mean, they have a lot of pushing back here with the help of Xiaodian. If you can just help the Anti-Mage push, that's the whole point of it. Oh, okay. Paralyzing Cast actually catches him with an illusion. That's a really good paralyzing cast. The hook shot catches two in the middle of the cogs. Now the Tinker joins in with the Aghanims, and he starts dealing some magical damage. Finishes off the Earthshaker first, and they want to kill Gentleman, but they have no damage on the TA. They managed to kill both supports. Gentleman is really not phased out by this attack from the enemy team at all, and they keep hexing the Abaddon.
There it goes.
1 quick second as they continue up in the top lane. The Anti-Mage catches someone out. It's Psionics. Easy kill for them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, please. Fucking crap. Get over me. Don't rip me now. Don't rip me fucking now. Why are you so mad, goddamn?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Let's do this. First. Now in the middle lane, they'll be taking down this tower. Easy attack by Jaeger, having help from the Serpent Wards. Oh, but Raji comes in from behind. They have an Earthshaker ultimate and a Fissure as well, so this could have been really, really fucking dangerous if Geek Fam wanted to initiate. However, all they wanted to do was clear the Snake Wards and not let the enemy team take their shrines. That's okay for Xiaodian right now. They have the advantage, so it's all they have to do start doing now is get a gem probably and start dewarding. I'm surprised that there's no gem yet. Geek Fam still has the offensive possibility because they actually have a lot of damage, but without their team fight or without initiation, no Earthshaker, no Echo Slam, nothing of the sort, so you can't really do any of that. So that's the thing for Geek Fam. They really they have the ability to initiate without offensive vision. Of course they can't, and if the enemy team catches you out, like we saw multiple times, the Earthshaker, the TA, the Luna, they all died really easily to the Tinker. So all they have to do essentially is initiate, and if the Earthshaker initiates on them, then they're screwed because the Echo Slam will destroy almost everyone. They have a Death Ward. They have been having a lot of good team fights, or they have a lot of good team fight potential. They just haven't been able to use it. And the TA has now finally dropped down in terms of net worth. She's really, really below. I mean, those last two deaths really hurt her, and she's gonna go for the BKD finally. Similarly, the Luna still unable to get the Manta style, very, very low in terms of net worth, and the Anti-Mage is just snowballing above Echo.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Geek Fam will not continue to push in this bottom lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This bottom push, I don't think is gonna be too effective. You can't really push up against the Tinker. That's the issue of the Tinker itself, is that you're not forcing really a TP or anything. You're just forcing the Tinker to TP back, go down and down, which is not that big a deal. All they can do is just TP back into the Xiaodian team. Sorry, to one of the teams. Jesus Christ, Earthshaker's gonna be destroyed here really easily, actually. Thanks to the force that he might actually survive. Velo is also surviving thanks to the borrowed time, and they killed the Ant first, but the Tinker's starting to dish out some damage. And Geek Fam still catch him out. There it is! The stun! Gentleman, really low on health. They need one more hit, and the Mizkul doesn't finish him off. 50 HP. Tiki falls him through and does kill him off now. With this, Psionics is able to survive also the attack of the Anti-Mage because they want to retreat. The Paralyzing Cask is actually very annoying. Tiki still wanted to go in as a Blink Dagger. Fine speed drop, minus armor. No, not good enough. Love it still has the Blame Mill. Oh, as a solo crest, that's not going to be good enough. The help from the snakes, though, might put Ned into a difficult position. Has to use the Death Ward, but he doesn't want to dance in between the snakes. The snakes attacking him so hard. And Geek Fam in the end will decide to just destroy these snakes and let everything else go. Because honestly, they killed the Tinker. That's all they needed. But the Anti-Mage still starting to be a problem because now you kill the Tinker and you're very, very happy every time you kill the Tinker. It deals so much damage. But the Anti-Mage is unkillable and you have not enough stuns. You don't have enough stuns to stop the Anti-Mage, honestly. You have to get him in the middle of an Echo Slam or something of the sort and magically destroy him in 2 hits. And that's really hard, especially if he's going for bottom.
Regeneration.
Happy with the current status of Xiaodian. What am I saying? No, the NTB doesn't really care. The TSR is not a hero that likes to grab NKB, is what I mean. You know, with the evasion. So of course you don't want to grab NKB. You want to grab Bloodthorn if anything. And Bloodthorn using it as a tinker is the whole point. So you don't really want to use it on the anti-mage. You also nerf the cooldown. So questionable. You want to grab Bloodthorn as a whole. NKB is much cheaper, so they might just go for MKB her, and then you know you get Luna with a Bloodthorn. Of course, Luna just finished her Manta style, so MKB or Bloodthorn are out of the question for her. She needs a BK. Taking a Roshan here. This one comes with cheese, so it'll be a very valuable Roshan for Geek to take. And since they have more minus armor, they really should take advantage of this, or at least try and take more damage. However, it's a bit difficult right now, as you can see, because what they have? Oh, rocket flare. It must be rocket flare. Just taking away those illusions, so the enemy team doesn't have vision. Really good usage of the illusion rune, by the way. My dog just putting on Earthshaker there. Sadly, though, eventually. Now Speedra is going to be going for this Roshan itself. Solar Crest that helps them, but it's not as helpful later. However, they really don't have the initiation here. It's only an anti-mage. You don't want to waste an Echo Slime on him at all. Or, I mean, you can waste a Fissure at most. But Speedra will just be taking this Aegis and the cheese. And the cheese will go to the Tinker, the Aegis will go to the anti-mage, and they'll be done. That's it for Geek. They won't be able to kill these guys. Because, yeah, sure, the TA hits pretty hard, but she has to build an MKB now just to deal with the anti-mage. She can only really kill the Tinker with her BKB. And the anti-mage deals a ridiculous amount of damage now. It's not about him resisting a lot, it's just he went for the full glass cannon build with the basher included. Look at how fast those ancients drop, or honestly anything for this anti-mage. It's really hard to really deal with him, and he can even go for some sort of... Oh wait, what did he just grab? Oh, he went for the 25 agility. There it is. He went for the absolutely insane agility game. So now the anti-mage is just going to destroy your whole team. 2.8 is not bad at all. You get you get the 25 agility from this last level. So speed drop, a level 25, quite scary. Whereas Geek Fam, even though they do have a Tempo Assassin, which should be able to burst him down because of his relatively low agility gain as opposed to, you know, some other agility carries. Not really the case when the butterfly is up. And he's not going for a heart, I can only imagine. Oh no, Vanguard first, then heart. I would still love to see a heart on this guy. Maybe take away later on the Battle Fury and just go for a heart to be actually unkillable, especially with the new upgrade Heart Cut. It's a bit cheaper and gives you, which is what anti-mage is looking for anyway, because he's looking for EHP, and he already has a lot of evasion and armor and whatnot. For a Bloodstone, Bloodstone really helps out. As Tinker, he keeps that screw. You're really expecting nothing wrong. The character dead with Bloodstone Tinker. You able to fight 1 vs 1. Even the late game, you have to fight. He fight someone. So the Xiaodian don't have much option to fight. I also got the ghost. We were really not. It's just the soul ring. You can use the soul ring. Use one. Don't have a sometimes. That way, extra every 25 seconds in the game. But we are taking up. That's just it's not really ideal. Every time you're that's everything on taking when you think. From the anti-mage. That's still available. So the first part of the game just started. Xiaodian and Geek have neither of them
Radiant's
really
top
close to losing it because they need to
tower is under attack.
it's not really. I need. The situation is pretty impressive now. Finally, night. If I play the bottom layer, Look at speed draw. We've tried to get a bit more open map here. Imagine that the bottom lane is just bottom. And they go for the mid. No, they're just it's almost 6 at this point. You kind of beat Abuchi. So your goal that was just that was supposed to epic. It's just might just yeah. Let this. Here's just load out. I guess it's pretty even. Look at those from KB your Blackthorn because you really blink away. A whole glass. And we have the damage rule. Load had lost attack. And that's not the best against a teacher. Tinker. And you have the thing on. She has almost 3 for each weapon. You should have 3,000. Especially with the big and you are just not much. Usually must have rated, but I think. Now the stunning for a lot is just what we do, so speaking a lot of damage. Revives the malady, I believe. No, they still don't damage the malady. Last of the malady. Yep, there it is. That's an 8. That's an 8. And right now, gas needed to start. Gas malady rather than to be dead. So no hits for him. The team fight. And I do think they just fought any. What's the image?
He's mine.
But regardless, they have to be talking about that. But he did put up pressure with the powers, using it just nuts. Like you. That was the guy. Took off the edge up. Drop the grab by Kiki. It's backs are actually not killed the enemy. The VKB, yes. You're the whole carry. You're gonna go for the actually this can only engine. My city metal armor
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's free. I'll be able to I'll give us make it what
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Oh yeah. There's the more slot. Okay. He is fine. Fine. Also, is a slot. He really close to us. How to be able. It's an agonist for the Luna. That is a poor man, but it's not entirely that bad actually. Able to go in. That's be cute. Separate cast range 20. You need to someone to put it in an area to kill us, right? Fight for second nation. Total. I can't really get pick. Go better. Let's do 300. So 3,000 damage for sure. Revolve just. Yeah, it's not. Right. 50 damage. 6. Actually, your 54, which is okay. It's good. I guess they added to kill us in case of the range and leave all in. It's not.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Coming in.
Could actually destroy you. The melt, it's not kill you. The deal with still not damage. You will do it. And oh, I'm gonna fall to the heart anyways. It'll be fine. Oh, that's sort of. That's only an answer loop.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Seems like just preparing for back loop. It's been taking us pushing that. So on for it. So far his agonist built because really the... Okay. That's so weird. What? Jaeger, looks to beam onto him, the Eclipse is available, not going to use it yet, because the Jaeger's not going to hit anyway. Oh, there's the attack from the anti-mage. It comes the Eclipse. The Eclipse is actually just spreading around the illusion, so Silence does absolutely nothing with that Eclipse. Gets destroyed together with the mid hero. I think this might just be GG, because he doesn't even have buyback. Only the TA has buyback, and I don't think the can. There's the Abaddon also dead. No one borrowed time. That's two easy kills. They don't know they don't have any buyback on the Luna, because otherwise they'd be pushing considerably. That Aghanim's did nothing there. Absolutely nothing. And speed drop, I mean, they just kind of spread around the illusion. That's why you don't get an Aghanim. I like the creativity, but I don't think it's that good of an idea. Oh, Echo Stomp! Finally, with a true side, actually get a kill onto the anti-mage. Just the support for cleaning house here. And Tiki might just get the kill on Love as well. That's 2 kills for the price of none. Well, I mean, assuming that you... Well, you did lose the minus. I guess that's not really beneficial for the guys at Geek. But it was a pretty good engagement, considering the help from the Earthshaker was good there. I'm gonna go for the Shadow Blade. I mean, seriously though, the Luna with against the Manta style, that Eclipse does nothing. Especially Manta style at the anti-mage. He's the guy that can take the most out of those beams. So spell shield protects them completely, so she has to use the Eclipse very carefully.
The shot has fallen to the
Not against an anti-mage. If they want to use it that way, I think they would just for special kills with the Shadow Blade, especially utilizing that, utilizing that extra bonus for damage. That's surprising, by the way, that the Abaddon took the Aegis as opposed to the cheese for the, or supposed to be Aegis for the TA, cheese for the Abaddon. Oh well.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Wants to
attack.
get the tower, this will give him less gold, wants to kill before the gold. Okay, one more second here, buyback. Cool. That looks cool. Doesn't have to gold. Where's the cheese on there? They killed the Roshan. Where the fuck did the cheese go? Cheese is on the okay. They take the tower. That's a bit of a recovery for Geek them. It's still very hard to get them back into this game against an anti-mage, mind you. But they have a chance. I mean, the Luna Aghanims is not working out, but hey, you know what they say. If it doesn't work out the first time, you try it a second time and see if it works out then. I mean, I think the idea here is to go for Silver Edge, take away the anti-mage's annoying spell shield, and then killing off with the insane ultimate with the Aghanims. Lucky. I mean, obviously the break cannot be dispelled, and the illusions don't come out with break anyway, so the Manta style will still be used there, and the Eclipse will fail. So I have to wait till the Manta style comes out, then hit him with break, then the Eclipse comes out. Or alternatively, just use it to kill everyone else in the team, but I think that's going to be quite hard. Unless you put in the TA when she's going against the Tinker, I think that's the one goal they have, or maybe on the Abaddon. The idea here afterwards would maybe be going... I mean, the Silver is just not going to work that well for Psionics. Her natural stat gain is working out so well for her. Plus 15 all stats will give her above 3k HP level, threshold rather. And that plus, obviously, a... No, no BKB yet. Never mind. Abaddon, why use this stuff? Why use it? Velo at least has an Aegis. It's going to help him out with a lot of force stats. Force up on the Clockwork as well. Velo will be close to dying. They might take the Aegis without committing too much, but nope. In fact, it's going to be the Clockwork that dies. And his poor net is just stuck in the middle of the fissure. But they catch him with the Eclipse. The Eclipse is just going out on everyone. And that is the Wrath of the Luna, which translates the Wrath of the Moon as the Lucent Beam destroy everything in Geek Fem's power. That's what they meant to do last team fight, and that's what they accomplished this one. Jesus Christ. Tihi's damage was actually out there so he could destroy the illusions quickly, so Lucent Beam could not be wasted on those illusions. That was fantastic. Raji, great Echo Slam, by the way. That was the power of Geek Fem. Now they can go for a tower, and they're going to force him back onto the Anthony, really reducing the amount of HP, or the amount of gold he has. What am I saying? The Shadow Blade is now finally finalized on the Earthshaker. Meanwhile, Psionics himself is going to have a Silver Edge very soon, but he's going to save for a buyback, I can only imagine. So that's the wise choice to make. Well, I think the goal here is to kill Gentleman and just push in, but the Luna is helping out with her split pushing. She has a Manta style anyway, and she pushes fast. The Hurricane fight to push her forward. Push intended. And Velo, careful, because he's a borrowed time. He should still be able to tank this, and he's going to start tanking. Yeah, with the help of Water Shield. He can dispel a lot of things, and of course, use the Curse of Eternity. Not only turns off his radiance so he can't get stunned down by the Light Buff, is very smart. But of course, that takes away some part of his damage. I heard a BKB being used, and it was Tihi's BKB. Oh, meanwhile, the hookshot kills off the Abaddon. They didn't have borrowed time in time. And Tiki will use the BKB just to take a tower. Yep, it's the mid melee Rex that he was taking down. They also got the tier 3 down bottom. That's a worthwhile BKB, honestly. Just take an objective as important of that. Even though it was 8-second BKB, she can now go for a moon shard. She's very close to having the surplus necessary, so just finish off that moon shard, or alternatively maybe buy travel boots. Okay, so Alex getting a silver edge herself. That's pretty good. That extra gold. Ooh, what the fuck did I just see? Is it Divine Rapier on Tiki? Jesus. He does not joke around. Tiki went full on Divine. And you have a Luna with Silver Edge and a TA with a Divine. How much damage can they do if they hit Nick's Assassin by accident? By Carpus and down they go. Listen Beam, they want to stop this push from happening. First they're going to kill the snakes. They went for the plus 4 snakes. Actually, over the wards. I think that's a lot. The heat seeking missiles are hitting 2 of them at the same time. They want to blow up the thing here in 2 hits, and that might be possible. That's what don't care much about Rex, honestly. Win this team fight. There it is. Go on the anti-mage. Stunned him for a really long time. The TA just melts him. And love a great hook shot. But oh, my friend, you forgot to blade mail this game. And he will just make sure that everyone dies today. Jaeger is being hit slightly by the Eclipse. But oh, Heaven's Halberd really effective actually to stop the TA. Came a bit too late though. Love will die anyway to the fissure. And they lose 3 in that engagement. The Clockwork, the 4 actually, because the anti-mage just applied back immediately. That Divine Rapier did wonders. And that was a great surprise. The Eclipse came out, but it came out a bit late and not really too effective. Who cared about that? And honestly, all they cared about was Desolator and the Divine Rapier combination here to destroy towers, which is what they're going to use now. And he knows there's no buyback on the enemy team as to why he's not attacking them a bit more aggressively or playing it more aggressively. Maybe the lack of Abaddon makes them not too confident. He almost has the Ags, or he was building an Ags earlier. I actually don't know what he went for. I think he went for Vlad's instead. Yeah. But they really need to keep pushing. I mean, they just take this advantage.
Yes.
Gentlemen is starting to push over the marching machines. They train up these lanes to stay pushed. It's a bit hard to do that though against TA because you can catch any time. And meanwhile, the enemy team is going for a bit of the split pushing, right? The whole point is that the Earthshaker and in this case, I think the TA is not going to stay back. No, I think the Witch Hunter is going to stay back himself. And if the Tinker decides to, try to help this split push by TPing in, Fissure, easy kill on the Tinker. He has no buyback. Or he does have buyback, so never mind. Easy kill on the anti-mage if he does that as well. I mean, he does have buyback, but of course forcing out the buyback only after by using this is pretty smart. I think they're pinging these. Oh, sorry, they're pinging these, saying the blades can just bounce them and increase the damage. The sound stop. Oh, the TP, double TP. Just the shrine goes down. Really, the rocket player found him and he said, "Yep, time to really help out the shrine." It's Jaeger's choice, and Roshana's not gonna fall.
Smart money.
BKB's next time on the anti-mage to prevent some more clips damage. I can only map BKB on the Tinker should also access to go for the E-Blade instead, so if TA can't blow him up, that's a really good idea. In fact, you can even use the E-Blade on the TA and then stop her damage altogether. So what are you going to do if you are Tihi? You actually just revealed your Divine Rapier for not much. Keep them, Raji in the bottom lane, try to find Gentleman, Will Matuso. I believe Gentleman. I mean, there must be a center or something. No, it was pure chance, pure chance. Maybe just fissured him, honestly, and gone in with the 2 attacks instead. So. Look how cleanly and rapidly she cleans waves with just that Divine Rapier. I think she needs another one. I think that's the only way to win. I mean, if you think about it well, the only item she really needs is Divine Rapier. Let's be honest. I mean, she is the MKB to face the anti-mages. She does need the Head Slayer to some degree. The Hurricane Pike might be useful. The Blink Dagger may be useful. The BKB as well. But you can keep the Hurricane Pike and the BKB in your stash and just use the 2 Divine Rapiers and start swapping them around. I don't know how easy that would be. They have no clue Jaegers here. But Jaeger also doesn't really know. Well, continuing this push in the bottom lane with his radiance turned off. It seems like the advantage is down to Geek Fam. It's hard to tell, honestly. 53 minutes in, and a Divine Rapier bot is anyone's game, really, with Divine Rapier. Literally, oh, the TP could have been cancelled here. But that was a pretty safe TP, honestly, especially using a refraction on top of that. So what was that time?
The hangs upon a loyal warrior.
That's the Onyx with Silver Edge, get out Jaeger, there's a stun, Fissure, easy, Lucid Beam with Level Q and stun, and the break. Sorry, the Solar Crest to help out with that kill. I mean, the missed goal would have killed him anyway, but that's an easy kill onto Jaeger. That's lost Mass Serpent Wards. Actually, pretty big deal, I just realized. 65 seconds without Jaeger. And he has no buyback, not even close to buyback. He still has 1,000 gold left, so no Serpent Wards to defend this. That's an easy tier 2 brought down, and this is the next chance to melee creeps. I mean, the TA already dealt enough damage to take these melee racks down, but of course, there was only his melee racks versus melee racks and range racks. For Xiaodian currently, because sorry, that's not good for Geek time because like, of course we don't beat the Xiaodian. Oh, careful! They're gonna find out the Thinker. They really lose his armor, and now with the Ghost Scepter, it's not gonna save him against the Eclipse damage. That Eclipse doesn't hit one last time. Gentleman tries to blow himself up with the E-Blade, won't have enough, and the Earthshaker sacrifices himself for a kill on the Tinker. Uses the Echo Slam, so that's all they needed. Pretty good, however. Desolator and that Divine Rapier still available, so they're not gonna play. Sorry, the Divine Rapier. I don't know why I keep saying Desolator. A Divine Rapier still available, so they don't want to risk it too much. They can keep pushing it out and just kill the Tinker as many times as needed. The Shadow Shaman kill was very important, but of course, forcing the buyback on the Tinker a bit more important. And now they can take down this Roshan. That's the hopes for them with the Divine Rapier, the Soul Crest, and of course the Desolator. This time, actually, it's gonna be really easy to take down that Roshan. So that's an Aegis for free. Teehee and leave the Hurricane Pipe behind. Bullshit and make a cheese for free for Lewin, who's been actually doing. And the Ghost Scepter really stops the Teehee damage. He's not going to go for the Visual Blade just to cancel that. But it could be an item on Earthshaker, for example, or Witch Doctor on Abaddon if they wanted to, because why not? But of course they can still cancel it with just magic. That Eclipse.
Death and power leaves.
Goes into the Aegis. Should be. Sorry, goes into the Roshan. Should just be checking for Roshan. It's only 8 seconds still. I don't know if they miscalculated that or that was on purpose, but they're just kind of guarding this area, making sure that nobody's in it. They're just like waiting for the Roshan to spawn or something of that sort. And there it is. Roshan is back. Roshan is back. That's the most important Roshan of the game. 56 minutes, and I can't believe I'm saying that. That's good. Of course, it's the most important Roshan of the game. But there's 2 runes now too, because you can wait for the double damage. However, spin is 57. Gonna be no double damage available. Ooh, I like this strategy for Geek time. Instead of going for the Aegis, they wait for the enemy team to go for the Aegis, and they're gonna just take a quick rack while they're trying to organize themselves ready for this Roshan to spawn. The TA, maybe it's just doing this in the middle lane. Love to be caught out. Easy kill. They have the Eclipse available. No need for it. As they start to on, it's gonna be coming out. Fissure also available. And the Cogs only throw down and silence for a couple seconds. As he almost stuns himself. Sorry, stuns himself, almost kills himself, but thank God for that refraction. Stopping the Spike Carpus damage, that's pretty useful. And Xiaodian, now another buyback use, this time on the Clockwork, forces the buyback almost immediately to try to get the cooldown off. It's an 8-second cooldown, so that buyback lasts much longer. 0.35 seconds of the buyback for the anti-mage though, but the Tinker, 5 minutes still on that buyback. Pretty important. And with this, with a cool kill and forcing a buyback, the enemy team should be a bit wary about initiating. And the Roshan should fall really quickly anyway, so it wouldn't be much of a problem. All that Geek Fam has to do right now is take this Roshan and win. Rapier, easy job with this Roshan, like I said. And yeah, there's nothing anything can do but try to steal maybe. Oh no, this could be good. Did they just catch him out with a stun or something? They're waiting obviously for the help. That Silver Edge could have been really lethal there. Because it could have stopped all the, or forced all the Eclipse to hit him entirely. The Fissure, not enough range. Did he get the extra range of the Fissure? Yeah, 350 Fissure range. I'm not entirely certain if it stuns on the 350 range, but that would be insane. That's actually quite insane. 350 extra cast range on an Earthshaker is pretty good. And the plus 40 Echo damage is actually horrendous. Echo? Like Echo plus every single Echo? That's not that great, honestly. It's like getting the old axe. Third Echo twice, oh look at me. The Fissure is much more important. This is a really good pickup here. I'm gonna go for the -2 second enchant totem cooldown. I honestly think that's not a bad idea because you can perma-stun someone for so long. Because if you use Fissure, enchant totem, then Echo, or Echo Slam, enchant totem, Fissure, and then you can use enchant totem. You should be able to use it again. And you can hit him once and all that time. So that's pretty good. Because the aftershock class stuns you for quite a long time. It's a 1.5 second duration stun. So remember stun someone for quite a long time with the -2 or the 2-second enchant on. Or 3-second enchant on. And the 400 health is alright, but you already have a lot of health because you've been fighting through this game, so who cares? Your net worth is actually quite high. It's beating the next assassin by a lot, and also being the clockwork. You pretty much become a carry the game. No way, I didn't even see this. Shadow Shaman died in the top lane. I think he was trying to play some cheeky plays, trying to blink, and then eventually the snakes to try to fire or something. But instead he just lost in the bottom. And they lost the Shadow Shaman and snakes in the bottom. Yeah, Vendetta is a prep target, but right now it's just going for vision. Oh no, they catch the clock. Okay, this guy has no buyback. Easy kill actually. They don't even use it. Oh, they can use the eclipse. They don't even need it. I think they have enough damage. Oh, the eclipse can still be committed to this. Kill on the clock is worth eclipse. But they really turned out to use it. So I was just really questioning. It finally comes out. There was a bit of a weird lag there, but they kill off the clockwork. Divine Rapier dropped, however, because fuck lord, because of the lag, I couldn't even see this kill. The Divine Rapier got robbed by the TA, and the Tinker got it, I believe, or Nick Assassin got it. Who grabbed it? Who grabbed it? It's like a Dota 2 report now. Oh no, it was actually Speed Draw. So they got a kill on the clockwork in exchange for the TA, and they lost the Rapier. A Rapier which now the anti-witch holds, making him the sole provider of his net worth. I couldn't even catch that kill because it was way too quick. They just caught him with a hook shot and a smoke gank. Wow, overconfidence apparently is the killer pill for this team. Are we seeing a Scythe of Vice on Luna? What is this build?
Smart money.
I mean, this build is not bad. I like the Scythe of Vice. It gives you a lot of stats too. Plus 15 all stats. Plus 10 all stats? No, plus 10 all stats, essentially. And then plus 25 intelligence. This 25 intelligence doesn't really help you, but I mean, it has 10% spell amplification, which with the eclipse is an extra 30 damage per round. It's an extra 600 damage in the whole eclipse. It's not that bad, essentially. Obviously, you don't build intelligence for that, but hey. And getting the extra stun from the Scythe of Ice is pretty useful. You're not going to go for Abyssal. Scythe of Ice is mainly. Oh, we're gonna go on to the Shadow Shaman quickly. Yep, that's another kill. I do show buyback stacks and show net worth just so people see the difference between them. The net worth is still quite important. It's not useless necessarily. It's mainly showing where the Divine Rapier is. And this Divine Rapier is not in the position of the Antidote. Not the best Divine Rapier usage though. Or usage. Oh no, the Tinker got caught out. There's the Echo Slam as well to stop his TP, and there's no way he's getting out of that one. No Aghanim's on this on this Witch Doctor. No problem with that. The Bloodstone gets cancelled there. 73 seconds. The Tinker is pretty important. They have to fight against a Divine Rapier, mind you, but that's a Tinker without buyback for 70 seconds. And also the Shadow Shaman, 50 seconds until the buyback for the Tinker. That's pretty important because he's going to get it the last 10 seconds of his life, meaning he doesn't really want to use it.
Under attack.
And the push start by Psionics, ready with the Silver Edge. There are actually a lot of ways killing this anti-mage. They start the Hex available. No Eclipse though. Maybe they went in a bit too soon. The stuns from Raji. The better option was going for the racks. Now the hook shot comes in, catches one, and now Velo has not used his ultimate just yet. The Divine Rapier is tearing Zion to shreds, and Speed Draw is now unkillable as Velo. Even with his ages, I mean, Jesus, he's getting dealt way too much damage. However, the damage with the anti-mage is not sufficient to push him away just yet, and they're going for the Mega Creeps. That's the whole point of their strategy here. They are the best option against an anti-mage with a Divine Rapier, but whatever. It's better than nothing here. Taking now 2 lanes of racks, maybe the third one too. He wants to go for a second Divine Rapier, I can only imagine. Oh, Diane comes in. Beautiful double impact. But, I mean, one of them needs a lot. And we force an Aegis out by Velo. Honestly, the Aegis is being returned in 4 seconds, which is not that big a deal. Hook shot does not catch anything. Lovey does not have an Aghanim, so that's surprising. He can use hook shot in the team fight. And with that, Geek fam. Again, come down a bit victorious, honestly. The net worth is going in their favor by quite a lot now. It doesn't really matter. But 5,000 just shows like a bit of an advantage by them in terms of kills. Look at the net worth. You'll see the Tinker's actually been really mowed down in his late game. Honestly, I think he should be fine though. The anti-mage is just by the moon shard now. I'm surprised they didn't bought it yet with the Divine Rapier. And he's fine in terms of pushing power against Mega Creeps and Super Creeps. Doesn't really care too much. The only thing they managed to do is that this lane, middle lane, is not going to be outpushed now by Xiaodian's double.
Smoked
by the guys at Xiaodian. Love it. Speed Draw, Jaeger, Dian. All coming in. Have the possibility of using a hook shot or to kill someone.
Yes.
And kill Xiaodian. This could be a great kill. Xiaodian's not really the smoke yet, so we actually have no clue he's there. He's going to his own jungle, who decides to turn the wrong way. Or turn the right way, I suppose. Because Xiaodian will not find him. So that's pretty good. They went in with a blind kind of smoke, and that cost them pretty hardly. I don't know what Luna's doing with that silver edge, but you please don't move any forward. Yeah, don't move any further forward. They have a smoke, though. Should have a smoke, I think. Why the hell are you guys coming here? Oh, there it is. Another smoke by Geek Fam. Their hope is, I think, to just recover that Divine Rapier. Teehee has not planned on buying one. He's saving for buyback to begin with, and he hasn't had enough gold for the second one anyway. So the plan is to recover the Divine Rapier, but of course for every smoke they use, I mean this scan, who used this scan? Was it Geek Fam? I do believe it was Geek Fam. Yeah, it was Geek Fam. So they didn't find anyone. They still go the same way. They know that there's nobody here, so they're playing pretty, I suppose, aggressively. The smoke is soon gonna wear out, and they're just looking for this last thing to Rax. Honestly, with the TA, maybe they might be able to take him. They still have the buybacks for the next team fight. However, the Aegis is also a big thing you lose. If you do lose the next team fight, so maybe it's not the right time to push. Maybe waiting for the Aegis would be much more important. Because you do lose that Roshan if you do lose the team fight. Even if you have to buy back, right? If you have to buy back for Roshan, that's really bad. Because you might just die there. It is best of 3. Yes, it is a best of 3. Hence the name of the title. Hence the little scores there. It's hard to say if equal to it or not. That Divine Rapier is really screwing them over. It really screwed them over. That's the TA pretty much stopped them from actually winning this game. That was really weird, honestly. You just got caught out in the back lines, you know, like here. I mean, it was easy kill in the end damage. I mean, once you can catch out a PA, he's stunned, and just 2,000 HP or so. You have 3,500, and the damage from the Divine Rapier, target damage from the Abyssal Blade, and Butterfly, Mother Style. Too much damage can be over. I don't know what this planet is. Oh, they found it. Yeah, they found that. Kill the next first, but in fact, these are just getting hit by the Divine Rapier. He starts going on to speed draw. They started a team fight very weirdly here, and they're going to lose their buybacks here because of this team fight started. Unless Xiaodian can't actually kill anyone. They use the Evil onto the Temple Assassin, but for now she's still alive, using a lot of damage to her. She has to use the Refraction. Good use of the Echo Slam, and now they go on to Gentleman. He's taking a lot of damage with the Death Ward, and Death Ward starts hitting everything else. But now he's also killing Gentleman. He's going to have to deny himself thanks to the Bloodstone. But right now, Xiaodian has still lost their Tinker, and they're starting to use the cleanup crew. The Tinker's come back. He's forced to buyback. Going on to Net, and the objective is clear. Net goes down first. The next objective is Earthshaker with the Divine Rapier, too much damage, and Gentleman will ensure to get a kill on the TA at the very same time. Geek Fam lose way too much just to recover there. Silence manages to TP away the last second and going for a refresher on himself, but God, you still have the Rapier onto the Animage, and you have only one buyback, and that buyback is the Templar Assassin. Where are the rest? Oh. Yeah, no buyback on the Earthshaker, no buyback on the Witch Doctor, no buyback on the Abaddon. They were not saving for buyback for some strange reason. They are all actually missing gold. All missing gold instead of being on cooldown. So this does not seem like it's going to be a match for Geek Fam. Unless Xiaodian says, screw it, why fight, why push, why take Roshan. Oh, wait. Why take Roshan? Oh, Roshan is not responding yet. Okay. So they're waiting for the Roshan, then push. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, the enemy team has no buybacks, but you have no way of knowing this. So if anything, you're trying to fight for it. You have no way of knowing the enemy team is going to be so stupid as to not have buyback. I think the only goal they have here is to try to split pushes to win like that, but the TA doesn't deal that much damage anymore, neither does the Luna. And the Luna didn't go first for pushing here, so it's not particularly good. Options. They went for the Aghanis build, trying to kill off the anti-bait and everything. It did not work out at all. Speed draw with the Rapier become way too strong, and the melee and range actually fall down easily to Xiaodian. Not even going for more. Trying to go for this melee because they know the enemy has no buyback. They wouldn't let those rats fall down otherwise.
Tower is under attack.
That's an easy game.
Dire structures are
especially after a victory. Oh heck. Those sorts of fly, easy to do any damage. Yes, that's back down. They kick up, and if they want to easy kill on Temple or Psionics, for now, we'll just try to add a Purgatory. I kill them. All the illusions. I actually don't know how he got the extra illusions. I think illusion ruins them, but whatever. But now they have to defend their base against mana creeps. Geek Fam, it's pretty close to losing this game. Now the Roshan goes in favor of Xiaodian. The Rapier is also in favor of Xiaodian. Imagine this going too well for them. I just wish that they push. I feel like a lot of these teams, a lot of SEA teams, when it gets to the late game, they know what to do and they delay for a long time, and it really ticks me off. There's no need to delay. You go for Roshan, easy kill on Roshan. After all, they're all live, sure, but they can't really team fight you in the middle of Roshan. Because they have mega creeps. honestly. Now you give a free rush on to them. Free rush on to Geek. If there's any chance of them coming back as with this book, giving it to the TA grabbing a Divine Rapier, damn, fucking all your items. Okay. It doesn't matter at this point. With a Divine Rapier, you need the damage. Not all your items, obviously. All your items. Not there. Sorry. He's getting the rage. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, Aegis for her. They need the damage. They can sell the blink or not use the blink. Even take away the Hurricane Flight for another Divine Rapier and it's not attack. Because they really don't have anything else here. I mean, the Tinker and the Anti-Mages are going to split push you to Oblivion otherwise, and the Mega Creeps will definitely split push your base. And right now, you need the damage to be able to withstand them. They got for the try.
Yes.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Psionics is just gonna continue farming in this top lane. Honestly, I'm running out of 7 minutes in the game, and right now, neither Xiaodian or Geek seem to want to win this game. Honestly, I've seen so many mistakes this game. It's not even fun. Both teams have gone for weird builds. That's fine. The Heaven Salver and the Clocker seems to be working fine, and also the Anti-Mage or the Luna. Magical damage Luna with the Aghanim Scepter and obviously the Silver Edge to stop the Anti-Mage is okay. It's worked like once or twice, but obviously the Eclipse is starting to lose effectivity now. You lose the versatility in your strategy. There's a second Divine Rapier that's surprising by the Templar Assassin. I mean, we called it out, obviously. She has no buyback, so there's no point in saying for it anyway. And this is going to be the last team fight. This is going to be the last team fight. Your Psionics maybe as a bait or something of the sort. However, the whole point of this team fight, I can only imagine, is to kill the Anti-Mage is recover that Divine Rapier, which you will give to the Earthshaker. I know it sounds like a crazy idea, but you will give the Earthshaker the Divine Rapier because the TA cannot lose any more items. And you don't want to Divine Rapier on the same person. The Earthshaker doesn't die too much. In fact, this whole game he's died, what? 9 times? I mean, he's that the most of this team, but there's been mostly on purposeful initiations. Give him the Enchant Totem and deals a ridiculous amount of damage with Divine Rapier, obviously, with 300%, 400% increase. That Divine Rapier was the 322, I believe, or 360. No, 330. So that's 1200 damage on one hit, which is true strike against an Anti-Mage. That's pretty great. With the minus armor and everything, you actually should be able to hit really hard, especially if you go the minus second. Oh no, he did not go. Okay, then never mind. Don't give it to the Earthshaker. Give it to Luna. Give it to Luna so you can push a bit faster. Of course, the whole point is to push. Start fishing up some of these towers, running at the Matrix himself. He actually has a lot of pushing power. The Divine Rapier hits really hard. But of course he's afraid of being outed by the Matrix. He's trying to get this push up. So once they get the Matrix, the lanes equalize, and the Super Kits are able to do a decent job against the Matrix. Like they make the lane last a bit longer, but of course not long enough for them to push this last tower down. I mean, all they need is these last 2 laner racks. They're pretty much set, but the Anti-Mage and the Tinker are not going to let this happen. They're going to turtle. Until this game goes into the super late game and then they'll just win because they have the Divine Rapier. Going back to the buyback status. Maybe waiting for the buyback on the TA, but of course you need to attack before the buyback on the Tinker is up and before your Aegis expires. In the bottom lane, we see a little Eclipse already used by Psionics. Yeah, I didn't even notice, sorry. That's Eclipse completely whiffed. Completely whiffed, that's why I didn't notice. There was no one his HP going down, usually that's why it tracks, so it's like, oh, okay. Well, nothing's happening apparently. Nope, they did. It just that Eclipse was not that effective in the late game anyway. They have to cancel out the end. There it is. The end will go down. Eventually, Lotus Orb is not going to save you from the attacks of Luna. They kill an assassin, maybe force a buyback later on, but for now, Geek can still maintain the lead in terms of kills, I guess. That's the only thing really happening. Where Gentleman is just trying to keep these lanes pushed out, and Geek Fan may just want to go for the throne right now, utilizing the Rapier, but of course that's going to force the TP back to the Tinker. And the Anti-Mage himself is trying to go for a Refresher, which I can only imagine for double of that amount of weight. And I mean, maybe double Blink AB, double Whistle Blade. And oh, yay, because the attack for the Tinker, maybe not good enough to actually catch up. Yeah, the attack from the Tinkers aren't enough to kill anyone right now. Those heat-seeking missiles are pretty much weak. They don't really do anything. However, the TA went for such a glass cannon build that she can't really attack too much against those Tinker missiles, especially in the martial machines. So right now they're going to waste the Aegis. Apparently, yep, Aegis is going to be reclaimed in 8 seconds. I'm sorry, TA.
Blessings.
5, 4, 3, 2. That timer's off, apparently, because it reclaimed in 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Whatever. T lost the Aegis, lost the whole advantage they had, so they gave the Aegis to the enemy team. There's the advantage I was talking about, the chance to come back, all done. All dead. I think right now what they want to do is probably just go for the second that's later on anyone, honestly. Even the Luna, because she's so tanky, was of her build. That's later, not that's later, sorry, second Divine Rapier. Divine Rapier will work on Luna well, will work on the TA well, even will work on Earthshaker. It doesn't matter who you build it on, frankly, as long as you build it on someone. The Luna needs a Moonshard first, though. And the TA has nothing else to buy but a Moonshard, so might as well buy a Moonshard for her, and then let her buy the Divine Rapier. And let Psionics start, you know, being a carry, a physical carry, because you need some extra pushing power. And right now, just with the Lunar Plussing and the Glaive damage is really cool, but it's not enough damage. One here from either Geek or Xiaodian. It's been so long and I'm maybe forgetting the name of the match. I mean, they don't seem to want to push at all. They just keep waiting on these racks. Raji could find the end. Yeah, he does have an in-check, sort of. Also the 4-step for the Shadow, but it's careful at the end. That's a Vendetta. And they're gonna find him out. Paralyzing Cast. Slow coach. Should catch him. Paralyzing Cast. Oh, really good use of the Lotus Horn. However, it bounces back up again. And with this, they should be able to kill him. They don't have vision now anymore. His next assassin will survive. Psionics also with a Silver Edge, unable to really catch the end here.
For the house of Ernest.
The end though. I mean, he has a gem, so you can easily see Psionics. There was no issue with the Silver Edge being active or not. The anti-mage in the bottom, it's just actually staying in the space and just pushing whenever needed. Honestly, that's pretty surprising. They're trying to kill someone here, but I don't think they can catch anyone in time. That was a good TP and good TP and everything. I mean, it's a trial booth level 2. It's not that big a deal. You might as well TP and try to kill the Tinker sometimes, but sadly they don't catch him in time, and the Tinker's just gonna make it out alive. The push will continue, and of course Xiaodian will never lose this game.
Haste.
And the guys from Geek have. Granted, it's the second game, so if Geek wins the second game, they're done. They're done. Whereas if Xiaodian loses the second game, they're done as well. They're in the losers bracket, so they really don't want to lose. They want to at least try to get that last game, even if they do lose that last game. So Geek similarly is so anxious to just be able to get kill or get the game up. You know, finish the game, win the game, and then you're done with the day. Best of 3 done. Damn matches. I think both teams are kind of tired and they want to finish it. But of course, neither team is going to try to lose this advantage, especially Xiaodian, who knows that if they lose the advantage by any sort of misstep, they're going to go down. And in buybacks, everyone is out except for the Witch Doctor and Earthshaker. Please start farming those instead of going for more items, really. The enemy supports are much more useful right now in Xiaodian because they have buybacks. It's really that simple. I mean, they died as many times as you have. In fact, the Shao Shaman decided to set the world record in terms of death. Level being 23 as opposed to everyone else is 25, then well, it's okay that they die a bit, right? Because they at least have the buyback. You don't have a buyback. There's no way you can recover here, so please stop, Geek fan. Please stop just letting your support be so useless. Like, they have so much more potential. And now I understand why she didn't go for the stats of Divine Rapier. She didn't go plus 15 on all stats. She went to the -4 Lucent Beam cooldown. Okay, so get the 2-second Lucent Beam. That was a terrible choice. 2-second Lucent Beam? Really? But it really does not. It really isn't that great of an idea. Okay, yeah. Maybe the Vendetta, not gonna see the Spirit Breaker. Sorry, Spirit Breaker, the Earthshaker. Similarly, Psionics, not gonna catch out anyone. So for now, I mean, what does this match come to? It seems like they're just farming and farming. And Jaeger, oh, I love this. Jaeger gone camping. The end finds out Xiaodian. This will be an easy kill. They should see this. Well, goodbye Xiaodian. He comes in to commit suicide himself. There's the first Abyssal Blade used. Raji comes in though. He has the use of the Echo Slam. The hook shot, it helps him out. Xiaodian is back in again because of that buyback used to try to get a kill onto this Tinker. Anti-Mage is still alive though and taking barely no damage. Tinker will go down. Shackles from Jaeger. Stops on Xiaodian for quite a long time. The Tinker, the Anti-Mage and the Clock want to finish him off. Xiaodian still has a lot of damage and Tiki actually bought back. Xiaodian's using his Eclipse finally and hitting 2 with him. And they've stunned Anti-Mage for quite a long time. They want to get a kill on him. The TP for the Tinker though might save him out, but they want to take the Divine Rapier. They get the Divine Rapier. It's on the floor. Someone grab it, for God's sake. Raji runs towards it. Can't grab it in time. Fellow, leave you alone. Who gives a fuck? Get the Divine Rapier on the floor. They kill Gentleman. That's no buyback for Gentleman. Whereas Psionics and Tiki still have it. Who got the Divine Rapier? Was it the end? God! Leave your Lotus Orb. Who cares? Okay, who has the other Divine Rapier? TA has one, and the other one is going to the end. That's okay, actually. They can't just drop it. The end can't just drop it. That's pretty smart. So they just don't kill the Timber now, or the Nyx Assassin now. Clockwork also goes down to the Eclipse. That was quite fantastic. It was so close there for Geek to just win the game. They just grabbed the second Rapier, they would have won the game. But of course, Nyx Assassin has it. It's not a big a deal, really, because Nyx Assassin, like I said, is not really the best at attacking him. He's going to be killed quite easily. And he can't drop it, so they either make a controlled kill in the base where Nyx Assassin is just going to be able to attack you, and you know, dies peacefully where someone is going to grab his Divine Rapier. Alternatively, they just don't care and they just push. I mean, they have a Roshan very soon, or actually it's up, and Tiki has a Divine Rapier, so it's easy Roshan for them. Now, the question is, will they go for this Roshan or will they wait for the Nyx Assassin to die? Because Tiki, oh, careful. If they have a gem or anything, this Nyx Assassin's dead. He's been giving so much vision to the enemy team, but of course the enemy team will have a gem at one point. In fact, I actually don't know if their gem is on cooldown. I mean, they don't see the end here. Yeah, they have no clue if their gem is on cooldown. So Velo should know if there's a no, he has no Octarian Core, so he has no way of knowing.
Illusion!
The Nyx from behind could just die in the middle of this team fight by accident because they want to kill him. And the Rapier's down. There's the attack from Geek. They're done with this game. It's 80 minutes in. It's a bit ridiculous this game is still going on. So the end goes in, just like fun, starts want to hit people, but can't really do much with the Divine Rapier. Like I said, the Luna has been sub forever though. That's gonna do a dieback. Dieback for the Luna, but the Echo stop from the Earthshaker, stop for the spike covers with the Assassin. Now the Fissure coming in a bit too late, and Raji will sacrifice the second Impale, catching out a Templar Assassin. That's the second Divine Rapier lost. Raji goes down first. Now they kill off. They will actually hex off and kill off the Abaddon, and finally, the only thing left alive is Tiki. If you lose the Divine Rapier, this is game, but they have more blinks on the Anti-Mage than they do on the Tiki, so Tiki, I'm sorry, but you have to give up your victory. Tiki, Geek Fam, it is done. We're going to a third game. We're going to a third game, motherfuckers, because you couldn't resist the whole team fight. Now the hook shot, catching out the poor Witch Doctor Shackles to finish him off. A gem for free for the enemy team, and yeah, Geek Fam really can't defend this. There's absolutely no physical way they can defend this against Xiaodian. PG comes in there. He can keep up the second game, give a chance to Xiaodian, a big chance for Xiaodian to win this third game, and we'll go with game number 3 shortly, guys. So hope you. We're coming back very soon with game number 3 between Geek Fam and Xiaodian. If you didn't enjoy the cast, feel free to follow me on Twitter at the Swordfish, and if you did enjoy the cast, feel free to flame me in the comments below. We'll be back with game number 3, like I said, shortly. I'm just gonna take.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Radiant team pick.
Ursa Warrior.
Dire team pick.
Lena.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Hello guys and welcome to the ProDotA Cup series by Smashcast TV. We have the actual last match of the day in this best of 3. It is the third match, of course, no surprise there, between Geek Fam and Xiaodian. The first match goes to Geek Fam. They take it pretty convincingly, even though there was a bit of back and forth. The second match much more even, where Xiaodian manages to come back at the end through the usage of a really good pick-off by the anti-mage that acquired him a Divine Rapier for like 10 whole minutes in the game. And of course, that great Shadow Shaman that shackled the Luna in the last moment of the game to ensure them an easy win in that team fight. Also a pretty bad Fisher. That's beyond the point. Geek Fam here are trying to recover their lost honor and try to pick up the pieces from their dignity and shame that they lost in the last match by winning this third matchup and continuing in the winners brackets. Xiaodian, on the other hand, are trying their best at scratching onto the surface, trying to stay in these winners brackets and not have to face the losers just yet, because it would be a very dangerous territory for the Singaporean team. Let's see who can take this next match between Geek Fam and Xiaodian, as this will determine the future of the ProDotA Cup. My name is Swordfish. I'll be your caster for today. Hope you enjoy the cast. And let's get right to the draft, shall we? Earth Spirit, Lena, Jesus. Picked up by Geek Fam, only, okay, Interpreter and Ursa, picked up by Xiaodian. Xiaodian bans out the Legion Commander, the Magnus, the Venomancer, and the Slark, whereas Geek Fam ban out the Bristleback, the Nyx Assassin, the Tinker, and now someone else.
Reserve time.
So, that's interesting. Earth Spirit and Lena. A lot of middle game domination, or mid lane domination. That's what Geek Fam is going for. I can presume that's a Lena in the support, in the mid lane position. So Tiki Lena with an Earth Spirit. Whatever goes on to them. I mean, honestly, hell, even a sniper gets crushed by this combo. I can't think of a single thing that really doesn't get crushed by a Lena plus an Earthshaker. Whereas Xiaodian, Twin Protector, and Ursa, so they are going more for the lane domination. Ursa, easy winning the lanes with him. So Twin Protector can go for a dual off lane with someone else. Job. Wow, they're gonna go for the Trim Protector Shadow Shaman combo again. They do love that combo in SCA. It's very powerful in terms of lane domination, because both your side lanes are secured by these heroes. You have a really solid stun, the Shadow Shaman, and obviously the Overgrowth plus the Snakes, which if you do get an Axe deals a lot of damage. However, Geek Fam has already decided to screw over the mid lane already with the Lena Earth Spirit combo, so they're not that bad off, honestly, between the Shadow Shaman and Trim Protector. Both of them are really terrible gankers into the mid lane, because Shadow Shaman lacks range, Trim Protector lacks trees in the mid lane, so there's really can't do much against it. If Xiaodian picks any sort of mid laner that's not too strong in the lane, or that relies too much in the lane, they'll die. Maybe a Shadow Fiend would be a good idea, so you can just go farm jungle, Storm Spirit, but the same idea.
Keeper of the Light.
But right now, let's see. Keeper of Light picked up a Geek Fam as a second support. Okay. This support is really smart pickup, actually. Get up against a Trim Protector who's going to harass you constantly. So is the Shadow Shaman. Keeper of Light can just stay from very far out the lane, not give himself up, and also use the Illuminate, right, to really annoy the enemy team. Works well with Lena, because you get double stacks of Fiery Soul, which is a simple Dragon Slave. or Light Strike Array. In fact, you can actually use double Light Strike Array for a 5-second stun. Honestly, that's really easy to use. All you have to use is Yule Scepter, mana Yule Scepter on Lina. You go for the extra cast range. You mana the Lina, so you Chakra Magic her. Light Strike Array first, Dragon Glaive, Laguna's Blade, whatever you want to do, Light Strike Array second. And there's no way that anyone's going to survive that combo, including the Ursa, because he's not able to enrage during the whole thing. So Keeper Light, very powerful. Also allows for the Earth Spirits, Boulder Splashers to help out a bit and whatnot, though his Chakra Magic, it doesn't really work well with Remnants or any sort of charges. So yeah, they need to really change that up, because the Keeper Light should really help out charge-based heroes. But whatever. He's also able to dominate the lane pretty well, like I said, and do pretty well against melee heroes in general, melee carries as a whole. So Ursa is quite annoyed by this, because the Mana Leak is also going to annoy him. The Shadow Shaman and Trim Protector are going to be very annoyed by Mana Leak, because both Shadow Shaman and Trim Protector don't like going for Yule Scepter. They're not really their items, so they won't have any way of dispelling the Mana Leak until they do grab a Yule Scepter or a Lotus Sword, but whenever they choose to do so, to grab up. Xiaodian is a pretty good offlaner here. Darkseer seems like a terrible idea. Maybe Axe, actually. What does Lovey likes to play? Axe? He's played Axe sometimes. Nyx Assassin. Night Stalker. Okay, Night Stalker's going to be the pick for them. Night Stalker has been buffed recently, especially in flying movement and vision, very powerful in the late game, because you get the Aghanim's. I mean, the Aghanim's plus the flying makes you unkillable, because nobody's ever going to be able to gank you. Only issue that Night Stalker has is in the off lane's a bit weaker, because he can't really dive towers as often. He can't really utilize the 4-minute night as much, so he's more relying on the Trim Protector to assure him a decent lane. But that's 2 melee heroes, 3 already in Xiaodian against Geek Fam's team. Luckily, the Legion Commander's already been banned, but you can just now run like a Clockwork, for example, in the off lane, and most of Xiaodian is screwed, and you do want to go for the off laner right now. The Clockwork stops the Ursa completely. Clockwork plus 4 staff, and the Ursa is done. That's a good idea. If you're going to go for something more classic, the Axe is also very good against these kind of heroes, but the Ursa can blow up the Axe by accident, and so can the Night Stalker with a Void, and the magical damage in the enemy team is quite high, so maybe the Axe is not the best idea. Sanking is the choice for Geek Fam. Sanking, if the Keeper Light comes help him in the lane, I can imagine Sanking winning the lane. Maybe if you run him against an Ursa in a dual lane, like if you run Sanking Keeper Light in the safe lane, then you run an aggressive dual lane with Earth Spirit and someone else, maybe, because then you'll be running against the Ursa.
5 seconds remaining.
Don't know what to say. I mean,
reserve time.
and in the lane, with this Caustic Finality and the Burrow Strike, it shouldn't be too hard. Of course, with the help of the Coddle, it makes it easier. Especially because the Coddle helps you do more Burrow Strikes. But at the same time, Geek Fam, I mean, they only have one more pick left. Xiaodian has also, I mean, they only have one more pick left. It has to be their carry. And the Earth Spirit is already going to help the mid lane. Keeper Light is going to help the off lane or the safe lane, whichever one. But you're going to have someone solo. So if you were going to sacrifice the Sanking, then you don't get the domination. And so Clockwork would have been much better coming the mid game. And if you're going to sacrifice the Keeper Light, or sorry, whatever other carry you pick, you better be ready to sacrifice him and not die. The Anti-Mage would have been a great pick. The Weaver still comes to mind, is actually particularly fantastic. Night Stalker is really strong against him, but you can go for Manta style on Weaver. It's not that bad of an idea. Considering this game you have so many roots and so many silences, the only thing you should be worried about now is Shadow Shaman stuns. So you can go for Manta style Lincoln's Weaver, something like that. It's still very good against the Ursa. Alternatively, Clinks. Clinks is pretty good. There's a lot of stuns, but he has a lot of HP because of his... Honest really does like the Weaver, though. The Meepo Man, wow. The Razor, okay, a classic. A Razor in the carry lane. Actually, this works really well. The Razor buffs have been significant. That respawn change, I don't know I forgot what they gave him, but it's not that good. Actually, I don't think he had a respawn, never mind. He barely got anything out of it. Only the Eye of the Storm change, which, honestly, when people think that was the one thing Razor needed, it was not the one thing Razor needed. He needs more than that. Being able to control where you hit with the Eye of Storm is okay. You can kill people a bit easier, but it's not that effective. Xiaodian with the last pick, they need a mid-hero Invoker. Alright, Invoker against Lina, because he doesn't realize, he thinks the Razor's probably going to go mid. They haven't watched Geek Fam played. I mean, Invoker is one of those heroes that you can actually run against Lena as well. Raji is going to be able to get easy kills once the Bolter Smash comes out. All he needs is a Dust, and the Dust is able to stop the Ghost Walk Invoker easily. The Invoker is probably going to be forced to go for a Quasi Exhort build, meaning that the Invoker, because that's how you play against Lena, meaning that you're going to be very vulnerable against the Earth Spirit because you will have the Tornado or the Ghost Walk early on to stop him from attacking you, forcing him not to buy Dust, meaning that Invoker is absolutely screwed in this mid lane, and the Earth Spirit is not even losing any resources in the process of it. Sonics, meanwhile, against an Ursa is absolutely fantastic, does not care too much about the roots. The Shadow Shaman hurts himself with the Unstable Current, and if you go for the 130 extra unstable current damage, that's not only a great and damage and slow for both Night Stalker and the Shadow Shaman, but it might even kill him. Because 260 damage every time the Shadow Shaman uses one of his spells. If he wants to use Ether Shock, Hex, and the Annoying Shackles, that gets him a total of 980 damage. That's close to 1,000 magical damage just because... Wait, no, what am I saying? 880 damage. That's close to 1,000 magical damage just because you miss... 780 magical damage. That's close to 800 magical damage just because you use the spells on him, and that's pretty good. Anyway, Razor should be able to kill him regardless. The Ursa suffers a lot against the Razor because he gets doesn't get slowed by the Razor, obviously, but the Razor's much faster. Even with the Urshock on him, the Razor should be able to outrun his opponent with Phase Boots or the Trial Boots. The Trim Protector's not going to really grab him with most of his spells. The Overgrowth might, but not the Stun, because again, Razor's pretty fast, and he can just not stay near your trees. There's a good range. And the Static Link completely destroys the Ursa. So the Fury Stripes still stack. Honestly, you rely on that initial damage to be able to kill the Razor, and once the Razor turns around on you, either you enrage and attack him, and he's going to kite you regardless, or you don't enrage and you just die. Alright, Sunstrike comes out. Just to see what the enemy team has.
Prepare for battle.
But hey, that's it. So, it's game number 3 between Xiaodian and Geek Fam. It's really intense because whoever wins this game stays in the winner's brackets, whoever loses goes down to losers brackets and will face possible elimination in the next match they play. So let's see what happens this game. Before we do, though, let's present the teams real quick. My name is D. Oh, actually, that Sunstruck was very offensive. Diana wants to get the kill on Raji really quickly. Not gonna happen. Right. My name is D. Swordfish. I'll be your caster for today. If you do enjoy my cast, again, follow me on Twitter. I'll put the link at the end of the cast. That said, let's go into... let's see what the teams have for us today. Xiaodian on the Radiant side, the good guys. It's going to be Gentleman on the Invoker in the mid lane. Love it by playing the Night Stalker in the off-lane position. Carry is going to be the Ursa played by Speed Drop. The two supports finally going to be Deanna on the Trip Protector and Mr. Shadow Shaman played by Jaeger. As for Geek Fam, we have Tihi in the middle lane, playing as the Lena. In the off-lane position, it's Velo on the Sanking. The carry is going to be Psionics playing the Razor. And then finally, the two supports, again, Raji on the Earth Spirit, and the Coddle this time played by Net. Net has such a variety of supports. I think I don't know what he played first game. It was Witch Doctor second, and then third game, Keeper Alive. What did Net play first game? I mean, they won, so... It was Witch Doctor for sure. They didn't repeat the Witch... Oh, it might have been... Because I don't remember, because I think the Witch Doctor game I thought, oh, they're winning, and then they're losing, oh, they're winning. And the first game I thought, oh, they're losing. So I actually don't remember what Net played, but Net has a pretty good, Shadow Shaman has a pretty good support range, actually. Net is one of my top favorite SCA players of all time, honestly. When he played in Fnatic, for the brief time he played in Fnatic, I was very happy for him. When he played in Orange, of course, in Titan. I mean, it's surprising this guy hasn't gone farther, but Geek Fam has a pretty good squad just because they have someone like Net in. And they also have some Filipino talents like Tihi and whatnot. I do wonder what they do for money. I do wonder if it just has a job or something. Because he's been in the scene for quite a long time. Because won tournaments is also quite a long time. So I wonder if he just plays Dota and just gets all the money he can from tournaments and just really good with the money. I mean, I think if you get paid in dollars, it's beneficial if you are from Malaysia, which I think is where Net's from. I want to say. Because it was an Orange Esports, so you just have to assume, right? Which questions if Geek Fam just all speak English, meaning that they could be much more of an international team. It's really nice that SCA was one of the first regions to actually bring the whole international thing around. If you notice, they were the first region to actually have international players. Not because they suck, which is most people say, oh, they just suck, so they need more players. No, it's because they actually all speak English, you Mongoloids. Europeans don't, well, Eastern Europe, or Northern Europe does. Eastern Europe does not. And neither does, Southern Europe at all. Trust me, I'm from there. I'm from Southern Europe, so they don't speak English. Neither does China, neither does actually South America. So the only region that could actually do it was SCA. And they started to take advantage of that, and that's great, because international teams are the way to go in any team. Only issue was when things like Digital Chaos happened, which is Americans, oh, we speak English, and they just took a bunch of Europeans from the northern regions, who weren't good enough because the northern regions in general in Europe don't have enough of a scene to actually amplify, or, They have enough good teams that is scary in Europe, but they don't have enough of a scene so that they have, you know, the German scene, the Swedish scene, and whatnot. It's all Europe as a whole, because Europe is too small, and not enough people play Dota. So as a result, oh wow, fuck, gentlemen, I just got killed in the... So as a result, they brought some Europeans into America and started dominating those scenes, because America is the worst region by far in terms of competitive ability. So, that's how Thunderbirds came. Pretty smart tactic when it first came out, huh? Not anymore. Now, T. In the middle lane, he got a kill. Sorry, I missed it because the Light Striker just hit him with the rolling boulder, and I was concentrating on all the lanes. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, I think Velo wants to just put a bit of pressure onto Jaeger. You notice how the keeper light went down bottom and the Earth Spirit came in the middle lane. That's why they had to pick someone like Razor. Razor can actually win the lane against Nightstock without any problem. Though surprisingly, right now he only has 10 last as opposed to say Lena's 12 or whatever. But in comparison, the Ursa has 5. So they're doing pretty well. They have a second Berserk soon from Velo, and Speedraw is fighting here way too aggressively because the Caustic Finale has slow him down. That Illuminate is going to kill him, and now in the middle lane as well, they're going on to Gentleman. Dina has enough damage, and even with a Trim Protector helping out, he gets the kill in the middle lane. That's a 2,000 net worth difference already going in favor of Geek Fam. Though that got lost really quickly with the... I actually don't know how they just lost 700 gold. That is... What? How did they lose 700 gold? That's impossible. Oh, okay, because the net worth did not... Oh, okay, the net worth of the bottle did not count onto the... Okay, when you have the net bottle on top of you, that's the net worth doesn't count. I wonder if that actually makes a spike. So since the Earth Spirit had the bottle, because Lena just gave it to him to recover bottle charges, then the net worth didn't count, that's why we went. What's the score? It's 1-1, as it says over here. I know you might not be used to it because it's new, but that's 1 and that's 1, and you see there's a little other peg here to indicate it's a best of 3. Thank you for the chat telling me, by the way. You Russian chat are actually as good as the English chat, so I don't mind you. Sunstrike hits Gentleman. Oh, great boulder smash. Gentleman is stopped, and goodbye to Mr. Gentleman. Will die to T. He's in Roger's power. So yeah, Russians, feel free to welcome. You're welcome to my stream anytime. Jaeger brought down by the damage of Illuminate and Velo, and healing up back again so we can use another burst strike. I mean, maybe I'll just wish that there's no more Russian cast for the next games, just so he can come here. I actually don't know how good the Russian casts are for these games, so I wonder. You can tell me. Are they also, you know, streamers like me, or a bit less established? Not entirely certain. Oh, Light Striker missed. Light Striker missed. That could have been a kill. I mean, they had a boulder smash and a rolling boulder as well. And again, quasi short build, right? No dust needed. Honestly, there's no Ghost Walk available, or even a Tornado to try to help you out. The only issue here is that, truthfully, T doesn't have that many, or he has a pretty decent denies. Actually, has a pretty good level difference. Oh, Raji. He was controlling the situation the whole time, Diane. The whole time. You had no chance in the beginning. Oh, careful. Lovely does have a chance, though. They'll go on to Raji. Starstruck not going to hit. Raji evades that. Wow. Almost jukes him around the tree. Tiki will be getting the kill onto Diane in exchange for the death of Raji. That's pretty fair. And Velo looking for the last hit. Nope. The Illuminate will be enough. Net has been planning those Illuminates, but fantastically. Going for the Chakra Magic. Now, second level of Illuminate. It seems like we're seeing Akikado. And with an Ursa that's so slowed down by the Caustic Finale, it's super easy to actually hit him with the Illuminate. Thanks, viewers, for telling the guy that seems so lost he's not watching the cast. Oh, Shackle, Sunstrike. That's an easy kill onto the Sankin. That's a pretty important kill, too, but it's only Lovely that recovers from that, not the Ursa. And if you actually look at the net worth, you'll see that the Ursa is, well, 600 below the Sanking, and certainly below the Lena or the Razor. The Snowball is happening. Psionics is level 5, about to get level 6. He has not missed many last hits, has 24 denies to his name. You see how the change for denies made people deny so much more? Look at Razor's denied, go up, 25 denies to him. That's a lot of extra experience. That's why I actually don't know why he's only level 6, probably because of lack of kills. I mean, comparing to the Ursa, he's only level 4, so you can see a bit of a net worth or experience difference. There they go on to Gentleman. That was a bit dangerous because he wanted to hit him with Rolling Boulder, then Boulder Smash. Otherwise, they can't really utilize the slow too well. Burst Strike will be level in 4 seconds. That Chakra Magic is also if needed. Chakra Magic. Oh, no need for it. Illuminate would actually use Burst Strike to finish him off. Neto is being charged on by Love It. He has to somehow survive. Velo has a Burst Strike very soon, but won't be able to use it. And if they only Chakra Magic him, he would have actually survived this. Would have been able to use the Burst Strike 4 seconds sooner, which is exactly the time he had off on cooldown while he... that's a kill on me. That's exactly the time he had on cooldown when the Coddle died, so he could have just Burst Strike, not necessarily save the Coddle, but Burst Strike into the trees and bought a TP, and he would have been fine, actually. But instead they used the Illuminate the Chakra Magic because they wanted to kill so badly, and that was the wrong choice. Oh well. playing so well, Coddle, then just defies me. However, Tiki's still winning the lane. I mean, even if they do win this bottom lane, which is not even happening, Ursa has no lasses, and the Coddle and the Sanking has still really crushed them. I mean, they got a kill there against the Ursa again. The issue is that you can't even go top lane because it's like, oh, okay, Silence is low, maybe I can farm here. Nope, he's static link to make sure you don't farm at all. Even though it's only level 2 static link, usually you max it. He went for the plasma field for extra farming power, and it's gonna work wonders with him. I mean, I like maxing the static link because it gives you complete domination. With a minus 38 damage, already gives you enough so that the Ursa can't last it and you can. And that's all that matters. You know, the in the middle lane, Electric Array hits the Invoker. T-He dives the tier 2 to get the kill on the Invoker. And the bottom lane, they're going to go on to Velo. Love it, having a Void and easy kill onto him. Burst Strike, though, it was available, so they want to commit too far as the Burst Strike would just put him in a bad position under tower. As Infused Raindrops also working wonders against Love. Love is doing really well in terms of farm. He's actually topped in his net worth in this team, but it doesn't compare to T-He and to Psionics. Psionics is farming the lane pretty efficiently, also using those camps and probably stacking them or dealing damage to them with his plasma field. And later on, obviously, when anyone comes into the lane, static link and easy win. Minute 8. Wow, so I'm going to be able to get in minus minute 8. That's pretty soon, especially with phase boots combined. I think at the last one on the tower. Okay. He was actually just paying attention to the HP, I believe. Anyway, he got it, so good job. Extra 200 gold for them, even though the towers got nerfed slightly. Oh, the night just ended. Love it, has no darkness right now. Let's Strike Array, catch another Trim Protector. He's the first to die. Sunstrike, though, hits the Lina, and Lina will die to the poor Ursa damage. In fact, the end is still alive. Burst Strike is being committed just to kill him off. Raji still joining in. The Illuminate available. Psionics knows it's a team fight. Goes on to Jaeger. That's the first kill for the plasma field. And now Love is going to start losing some damage if Psionics wants to. That is an ultimate already used. Eye of the Storm committed. Burst Strike as well. And this Night Stalker is as good as dead. That Infused Raindrops will not help him at all. And getting that kill onto the Razor, by the way, from the Night Stalker, the only one that's farmed, gives so much gold to the Razor. Unnecessarily, honestly. I'm so happy about this. Now he has the Midas, so he's going to start just grabbing creeps. And with a nerf to the experience and the gold that these creeps give in the jungle, the Midas is even more useful because it gives you the extra gold that you need, or that you usually get from these kind of stacks. And this stack was very well put by Net. Psionics now completely snowballs out of control. Gonna go for an Aquila first. Typical item on Psionics because you do need that mana regen. Okay, sorry, that was the door. And then they can go for something like, say, I don't know, such a Yasha, for example, just chase down enemies. I do love the Yasha and Razor. The extra movement speed is great because I got with unstable current. You already went for phase boots because you know you need the movement speed, so it makes sense they would go for it. They're gonna go on here, so no Mono Leak available, so they can't really stop him, but they can just find this tower yet. Static Link, and Ursa's like, oh, please! Please! I'm under my tower! I'm under my tower! How is he dying? There's just too much damage here from Geek fans. I mean, oh, that Laguna's Blade wasn't necessary. There's one hit from the Razor would have killed him, but okay. Whatever. They take this Ursa, and they can at least use these 168 damage. They take a tower. And that's good usually by Psionics. Diving a tower is actually really beneficial to a Razor, especially if there's not many TPs. Because if you do get a kill out of this, then you can just take a tower really easily, take advantage of the static link damage. Of course, the static link damage eventually faded, and you do have a Trim Protector's Living Armor to annoy you, but this tier 1 will be going down regardless, and Psionics will be getting a bit of that pie. A piece of that pie. Very useful piece of that pie. Actually just waiting for the Aquila. Why did you just not buy in the side shop? I guess he wanted to double salve for some reason. And he didn't time to get the last hit. Knew he could. There. That's the whole gold for the double salve recovered. And he also has a Midas. So he's safe. I hope he's going for the Sanjin Yasha. It's a pretty nice build, honestly, and Razor, especially with the buffs he's been getting. The minus attack speed don't care much about because your level 10 is ridiculously strong. That's 15 agility. It's the best agility game. A level 10 in the game. So that's really good for Razor. 15 extra agility is like getting a Yasha. It's like getting a Yasha, actually. Congratulations to the Razor when he does get it. And I have so much damage. Power. It was meant for the whole thing I've said about Russians. I would love it. He has a really chill viewers. Alright. The Invoker being silenced, actually really hurt by the Thunderstorm. Sorry, by the Eye of the Storm. Not Thunderstorm. But anyway, he went down and he couldn't do anything without that Ghost Walk. I'm surprised that he doesn't just kept Ghost Walk already created for Tornado. Just to be defensive. Yeah, and has been hit by a Dust, and this domination by Geek is not going to stop. In fact, I would even suggest the same an Axe on the Storm. I mean, on the Razor. Ever since they buffed his Eye of the Storm is even more and more important, and getting an Axe on him, being able to push towers, and also this interval going down to 0.4 seconds. I mean, it's a whole 0.1 second released or taken away per interval. That's a huge boost. You're not meant to have that the 0.4 on the Iron Storm. You know that gives you one minus armor, one armor every second. But it should be it being physical damage, so it increases its own damage. It's like having a Mystic Snake on one target. You only need to hit that one target multiple times. Nothing is better than that. Iron Storm is a great ultimate. It also has a really low cooldown, considering that it lasts 30 seconds. At level 3, you have a 30 seconds without it, essentially. Yay! There's the Ags. There's the Ags. I agree with that. Lina also going for Ags, apparently. How close is she to finishing? Oh no, she's going for Bloodstone. Why am I saying? Going for Bloodstone. Why would she go for Ags first? Yeah, that's definitely a Bloodstone. She's really close to it too. Only 400 gold away. Wow! No, sorry. She still needs the recipe. So she's still 1100 gold away. Okay. I'm not going to get him into 15 or so. That'd be ridiculous. Oh, sorry. Mid 12. That'd be ridiculous. She's still going to get him into 15, which is still ridiculous, but, you know, not as much, I suppose. As best we can do here. She even went for the bottle. Good arcane boost build, just to help her out. Gentleman is using the Meteor to farm at this point, which shows his desperation just to get that Midas. It's 12 minutes in. He still hasn't now Midas, which is quite late for a Invoker. In comparison, the Razor got it mid 8, so you're 4 minutes later than Razor, who shouldn't have a Midas that quickly anyway, because Razor farms okay, but Invoker farms a bit better with some. That kills this game whatsoever. Epicenter's gonna come out onto the 4 speed. All they need is a burst strike with South HP. They don't even need the Epicenter to deal damage. In fact, the Laguna's Blade is here, ready to turn this Ursa into a corpse. And that's gonna be a dead Ursa, easy for the guys at Geek Fam. In fact, he's only dead for 24 seconds. He's level 8. No way, he's level 8. Lina's level 11. The Razor's level 12. These two have snowballed out of control. And it's precisely some of the only two heroes that you actually care about snowballing with, because they are so powerful when they get a lot of levels and when they get a lot of farm. I mean, everything this Razor has is useful. The Unstable Current is often dismissed as one of the weakest spells, but a slow of 2 seconds every time you use a targeted spell on you, yes, please. How strong or how prevalent have the Lincoln Sphere and Lotus Orb become these days? Imagine having that, but, I mean, still get hit by the spell or whatever, but you deal 260 damage and a slow of 2 seconds. Supports get screwed with Razor, because the second they try to stun you, it's like, oh, no, I'm moving at Crystal Maiden speed again. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Ah, Jesus Christ, this Purge is so annoying. And they can't do anything. They actually get killed in that situation. Oh, they go on to the Night Stalker. That's the Magnetize already used. Raji wants to get 2 stacks of the Magnetize. Usually a bit of it. Oh, that's 3 stacks now. Sunstrike gonna hit Earth Spirit. And there's the Magnetize. There's where we can stick it up. Oh, those speeds. Run actually not hit by the Burst Strike. They're gonna go on to the Jaeger instead. Tiki's like, fuck it, fine, I'll kill Jaeger. Has Laguna's Blade in 2 seconds. I would be really careful if I was you, Night Stalker. The Dragon Slave is not even used. They can use Laguna's Blade, but now they know that the Lina is a bit more vulnerable. Still stuck in the snakes. Decided to get a kill on the Night Stalker with the Laguna's Blade at the very least. It was a good start. Now they recall it. Razor is like, okay. Right, what's happening here? Are you killing my team? I'm not killing my team today. Silence comes in, clears up the snakes, clears up that Train Protector as well. He went for the extra movement speed over the 15 agility? Wow, I was talking that so well. Really? I've never seen this happen on a Razor, especially on Psionics. I mean, he knows Razor better than I do, granted, but 25 movement speed. I mean, it's a considerable amount for level 10. It's one of the better. I don't know. Not that convincing as the 15 agility. It gives you so much damage and so much attack speed in the early game. But I guess if you're going for the Ags, the whole point is that the Eye of the Stormers can deal the main amount of damage, but it still doesn't deal that much damage. I was exaggerating a bit, granted. It doesn't deal that much damage even with Ags. However, you are taking apart structures really easily. And if your main source of damage is the Lina, then you don't really need much more. There is the Bloodstone for the Lina. Made it 50 minutes in, like right on the spot. Psionics finds the Shadow Shaman. Actually, it was going to be the Illusion that found it, but Jaeger's dead anyway. They start using the Eye of the Storm here just to make sure they can get the kill. And they try to go on the Earth Spirit. I can only imagine because they thought that was an illusion, because the damage of the Shadow Shaman is so negligible. Using the Eye of the Storm one last time doesn't hit structure, so it's still not that useful before the Aghanims comes in. So that doesn't matter if you use it early or not for a kill. And the top lane, oh no, Raji hit by that damage. The Cold Snap as well, Sunstrike too. Raji just resigns to his death, definitely must have finish him off. Meanwhile, they'll stick a Roshan easily. Speed drop, quite happy with this Roshan taking 26 stacks, 27 stacks, 810 extra damage. Lucky Bash is the Roshan's getting, unlucky Bash is the Ursa's getting. But regardless, that fell pretty quickly. And plus 25 damage is his choice, as opposed to going for the match resistance. Yeah, that's a good idea. Against Selena though. Look at how fast the Night Stalker goes down. I mean, they stunned him once, they stunned him twice, and that's an easy kill on the Night Stalker. And that's an extra Bloodstone charge for the Lina. That's the hard part about going against a Bloodstone user. You start in the late game, or in the mid game where you're being dominated. The difference is 10,000 net worth, by the way. It's ridiculous. But when you start being dominated by the enemy team, you don't care as much about the support deaths, because of course they're just supports, you know, they have no farm. Your team is losing anyway. You want farm on someone else. Coddle's even going for an Aghanims as well. Look at the Night Stalker's farm. Look at the Ursa's farm. They're actually quite low, and the supports have nothing. However, now they're starting meaning one Bloodstone kill. One Bloodstone charge, sorry, for every single support you kill. So they start becoming very valuable because every single Bloodstone charge is pretty valuable. And, you know, the Shadow Shaman is died 16 times because he can't actually catch a break because one Laguna's Blade almost blows him to bits, or alternatively the Razor Static, or Eye of the Storm just destroys him. Then you start questioning, what do I do? If I'm Shadow Shaman, I just have to stay behind, hope not to die, so the Lina won't get any more Bloodstone charges. Matt dies in the bottom lane, by the way, because they catch him out with a Sunstrike, but that doesn't matter. The push is the important part here. They have an Aghanims, too, to protect these towers. And this Aghanims takes away no armor from the towers, which is unfortunate. But it still hits them for a lot of damage. That's weird. I thought it usually take damage from the towers. Prioritize the tower. Not damage, sorry. Armor from the towers. But that would be, I guess, too OP for it. Only targets tower, barracks, and ancients. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, it always has damage structures, but doesn't say the whole minus armor. Yeah, I was hoping the armor reduction is just yeah, enemy units. So it's just on enemy units. Unfortunate. Oh well. The Storm cannot be as useful for pushing as it could be, but it's still pretty powerful regardless with the Aghanims, and they're just waiting for it again, I think, to push again, because they have the Eye of the Storm. I mean, they have this concentrated push without using the Solar Crest. We've discovered a new way of playing, and it's the Razor. They do have a Trade Protector which protects these armor, or with living armor which protects these towers pretty well. But honestly, if you go with the proper push, you're able to get a kill on, honestly, 2 or 3 people. Yeah, lazy kill on Night Stalker, and take the tower. The point is just to get the damage out from the Razor. 9-24 says Geek. And Psionics with Thunder. Oh, sorry, with the Eye of the Storm. Oh no, they catch up the Invoker. They stun him out. The Invoker's dead. That's 35 seconds without him. I can't believe I said that. 35 seconds on the Invoker, not that big a deal. But in 18 seconds in, when the push is started by Razor and that Aghanims has been acquired so easily, yep, it is a pretty big kill. Now they go on to 2. They found both the Ursa and this Twin Protector. They already killed the Shadow Shaman quickly, and they start to drain the Ursa from damage. The Ursa still has an agent, but they don't really care about it. The damage is enough to bring down this tower. That's a static link, but the snakes have been committed to this. At least the Shadow Shaman didn't go down without a fight. How many Bloodstone charges does Lina have? 6. I'm pretty happy with that. Sunstrike is not going to hit her because the Invoker's already been dead. And even though they can't take down this tower, they at least deal some damage, which forced the Twin Protector to use living armor for a while. And they just play aggressively here. Geek should be able to do it. Oh, wow. A kill onto Velo. That's an easy kill onto the Chrysalis. That said, Psionics is able to grab an Aghanims pretty early and is now opting for the Aghanims Refresher build, which is not bad. Actually, still not bad. Double Eye of the Storm when you went for the extra movement speed and the extra cast range is not that powerful when... Sorry, the Razor itself is not that powerful at last hitting or hitting in general. You really rely much more on your physical damage from your ultimate. It's a low cooldown ultimate, so it's fine. And if you hit 2... If you have 2 on top, which you should still be able to do, then honestly anyone dies. The 2 interval... Like, Eye of the Storm takes away 2 armor per second and deals, what? 110 damage per second? If they both hit the same target, that's possible static link. Then yeah, GG. Goodbye, Xiaodian. Goodbye. Just anyone. 110 damage per second. Yeah, anyone who can last that, please do show me, because that's impossible right now. Even with the enrage, the Ursa would just lose his armor completely.
Dire's middle tower.
Smart. Like even with the enrage, you have the enrage, and you're so goddamn happy that you have the enrage, but armor even though the enrage is active, you actually got completely locked out because of that minus armor. And so when you come back, even though the enrage saved you for a couple seconds, a simple attack from anyone, including the fucking Coddle, will destroy you because you have no armor. You have absolutely no armor if you're a Geek fan. Sorry, if you're anyone in Xiaodian attacked by this Razor ultimate. As to why he's using an Eye of the Storm so liberally right now, I have to question it. That's a bit too liberal just to attack some creeps. I think they want to fight here. And that's a good use of the Eye of Storm eventually. The Eye of Storm starting to take out armor from the Ursa, also the damage. Speed draw, realizing this is a really bad choice. Please don't go onto this Chrysalis. You're gonna die. You have no armor. You have no damage. And Razor, for some reason, decides to actually back out, even though he could have just gone in 5 versus 1. They actually have no damage for you, Psionics. You could just kill them. You have 224 extra damage. The Ursa has no enrage. In 7 hits, you kill him. You destroy him. You have the Eye of the Storm as well. As to why he's not deciding to do that, I know Razor's playing a bit too passively, I would say, by Psionics. You had a really good early game domination, and granted, you don't want to lose it, and you know your net worth is much bigger than the enemy teams, and you know that with the recent change to the net worth, that means that Geek Fam, so I mean that Xiaodian will be taking a lot for every kill they get. But of course, you can't let them just heal up their towers and be happy with it. You don't have the late game against an Ursa and an Invoker, particularly. Both Lina and Razor are more the mid-game heroes, and you don't want to let that Invoker recover, because he has a Midas and you don't. Just because you know, crush him. Well, you don't Lina, right? So the Lina is going to start having less effect. Their damage is going to be less, and Razor went for a much more utility build for pushing, not necessarily a build for dealing damage. I actually don't understand why I do it. Oh. Velo has a Force Staff and a Blink Dagger, ready to go onto this. Was not gonna be able to. Yeah, I mean, he could have just jumped on the Ursa to try to get some sort of TP, but there's no Trial Boots in the Razor yet. That's why you get Trial Boots in the Razor very early, or that was a build once. Song's not playing a bad Razor. He's a really good Razor, actually. He's like the only thing he really plays much like that. Dust. Yeah, good idea. Oh, they have no way of actually setting it out. Oh, that's interesting. They gotta waste the dust for that, so that's not bad. Laguna's Blade down to Ursa. Careful, because Ursa can still survive this. The other Yule Scepter. Oh, the Burrow Strike catching him from behind. At the Yule Sceptering up, but they have the extra cast range right now because they went for Light Strike array damage. Instead, the Shadow Shaman is going to be the easy cannon fodder for the Lina. Extra Bloodstone charge to the Lina. I mean, if you don't kill the Ursa, that would have been much more important, but they do waste his rage anyway, and they do have the Eye of the Storm to push these towers down. Mid 22, second 24. I think they're counting for the rage, I can only imagine. Yeah, for the enrage. Not the rage. I keep calling the rage. It's the enrage. At least the Eye of the Storm is really good at taking out the living armor charges for now. And the Midas as well can be used pretty soon just to get a bit more gold for the Razor and trying to get that refresher in time. Eye of the Storm doesn't really care much about the whole Thunderbolt. Yeah, look at that. The Cold Snap is actually hurting the Invoker more than it hurts the Razor. I'm surprised they didn't go for the extra 100 stable extra unstable current damage. I suppose they just know they're being offensive, so the cast range is slightly better. Honestly, the cast range only affects one of your spells aesthetically. Everything else is not going to affect it, even though people think it does. So, yeah. Yep. The poor Night Stalker about to die because of the damage from Laguna's Blade. Yeah. Oh. Just fuck off, guys. Thank you. Ursa losing a lot of damage there for the Razor. And the Static Link takes away 168, and now they're ready to take this tower down. The refresher's available too. It's going to come back very soon on that courier. Well, available in a couple seconds, honestly. It just needs one more Midas touch. Silence won't be able to get it for this team fight, but if they stay here long enough right now, they're really attacking Shadow Shaman. He's been stunned out, destroyed as well. The damage from this team is too high, and the Shadow Shaman cannot do anything to survive it. He doesn't have any Glimmer Cave. He already used the Snakes, but in a really bad position for the team fight earlier. And the guys from Geek are going to start taking these towers down. Just waiting for the Eye of the Storm, or at least the refresher for this Razor. And the refresher is very soon. I mean, it's coming by very soon. I mean, they have it. They already bought it. Teehee's about to go down, though. And that's for the Ursa's a bit too great. Teehee actually lost already once in this team fight, so he doesn't want to lose more Bloodstone charges here. Only down to 13. Oh, what a sad thing. The recall can be used to actually just bring anyone back at any time, so Teehee might consider just TPing and just being recalled again. Actually, a really good choice, because the Tornado, if it catches you, Teehee just dies. In fact, a Sunstrike catches her, and she's dead. But she's re-healing up a lot thanks to the Bloodstone. She wants to put him in more pressure. The Razor wants to go for the double Storm. He can just Static Link anyone and get close to him. That's the issue. If the Razor by any chance Static Links a person and you have double Eye of the Storm, they'll die because the Static Link will just choose to go on them because of the new update. They'll just die because of double Eye of the Storm. So all Xiaodian can do is let the Razor push the racks and hope that nobody of the team dies so they don't lose more than they already have. There's the refresher. Okay, I think he used double Eye of the Storm, I'm pretty sure. Yep, double Eye of the Storm. I don't know why it's going for Shrines. Should be going for Racks, honestly. Oh, no, the Earth Spirit. The Earth Spirit almost died to the Ursa, but that's lost in rage. Now the stun. They have to kill the Ursa quickly, and Speedra is losing charges of that living armor pretty quickly as the Laguna's Blades kill Jaeger. Screw you, they say. Psionic's almost killing off the Ursa, but not in time. They'll now instead go for the Invoker. It's a better choice than... No, Night Stalker's a better choice, sorry. As they kill him off with a Burrow Strike, and still the double Eye of the Storm hurting these towers pretty considerably. Now they finally go into the racks, but he loses this Eye of the Storm. They still have the Static Link damage. He's going to be able to push out pretty nicely. And the Eye of the Storm is still available in 30 more seconds. Okay, that's weird. Oh. No, yeah. I think he just gave the level when he used the second Eye of the Storm or something like that. Anyway, Psionic's is going to continue the push. He doesn't have Static Link damage. Teehee is the only damage source here with the plus 50 damage that he got in the Fiery Soul stacks, of course. So they have to really start pushing this tower down. Really start pushing this tower down. The plus 40 movement is horrendous, by the way, in Teehee, so you don't really need it. You're much happier with the plus 50 damage. Anyway. Oh, in goes the Ursa, catches the for Razor. Razor doesn't actually care because he basically Sunstrike. The Enrage is still available. They have the Storm as well. They can use it. The Burst Strike is not coming out by the Sand King, even though he's using the Epicenter. And now, poor Gentleman about to die to Velo. Velo just wants to get the skill with the Burst Strike. Meanwhile, the Razor gets a kill on the Ursa in the backlines. And now they're going to the Snakes. They have to release Tiki from his prison. And they will catch the end instead. He's been dusted. So there's no way the Stream Protector is surviving this engagement. The Invoker does survive, however. Psyonix has stolen a lot of damage. And says, screw why kill people if you can just go for the towers instead and win the game already. And that's what they're doing right now. Psyonix utilizing that out of the Storm pretty efficiently. In goes Raji. Rolling Boulder doesn't catch out anyone. Neither doesn't illuminate. But they want to kill these racks quickly. And they already taken out all those snakes. So there's no more annoyance. More Chakra Magic for more mana for this Kato. Okay, that's going to be great for them. I mean, that is ridiculous because it literally doubles your mana. And 2704, I don't know why they're marking this. Maybe because a buyback came out. Actually, no, nothing came out. Velo's still fighting against 3. He's been hit by the Overgrowth. He can still force himself away. Oh, that Sunstrike is going to hit him. He started to Sandstorm the damage, but he couldn't. However, the damage from the enemy team is more concentrated onto the towers. And these towers are not protecting. They also have a lot of help from the Kato with the Blinding Light as Agnes they picked up like a long time ago. The darkness though to stop the Kato from being effective. There's a smoke, just a retreating smoke. Psyonix is really fast, so is net, so the smoke hits the right two, which in this case was both Lina and this Earth Spirit. In fact, yeah, careful because you could just die here. I don't know why you're so confident. You have a Razor with Eye of the Storm. You can still fight this. He has Laguna's Blade. I don't know why he keeps marking the time. Oh, probably because they're waiting for the darkness. They're waiting for the darkness to expel. How many? I think it's 25 seconds left. So once the darkness is gone, they can just fight this. Oh, they're going to lose their Coddle. So he's been silenced. Good Blinding Light. Oh, Yo Scepter as well to stop the Night Stalker from moving. And Laguna's Blade to finish him off. Oh, actually, the help from the Trip Protector is actually saving Love. He's getting too much healing. Finally, they kill him off. And Speed Draw will also fall in the same territory as the Spore Night Stalker. In comes now the Velo, the Burst Strike from the Sand King. Easily catching out poor Gentleman. Do they have dust? Do they have dust? Nobody does? Nobody does? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Geek Fam will not be able to take down that Invoker, but they still have the... Oh, they can still take down the Shrine. Actually, no, I think they're just going to go for Rax. I mean, they just took down the Ursa, and they know he has no buyback. It's pretty early in the games, too. And with double Ultimate Razor, he'll have double Ultimate very soon. So he's just going to push this lane out. And the end can come from behind. They don't care. They have the complete control right now. In fact, if Jaeger just shows himself, he's going to die. And also, they're less of the creeps are in the base, so they can actually just start pushing now. Not going to use Refresher just yet, because, of course, he wants to get the double Eye of the Storm out. The smoke only for the Shadow Shaman, so he's gonna get caught out. He comes from behind, wants to get a good shackles. Instead, he's gonna find the shackles onto the Lina. Perhaps that is not a good position for the Lina. She's been silenced. She can't actually do anything. Might have to deny herself. Psyonix already caught a kill in the backline. She does deny herself, but he has already used that Eye of the Storm, the double Eye of the Storm, mind you, to try to kill Diane. The Ursa comes from behind. Great battling light to stop the Ursa. Diane's about to die. The Static Link is starting to really hurt the Ursa because he's taking all his damage away. The 70 damage taken away from the Ursa. Another Yule Scepter by Geek Fam. What a good job they're doing of controlling this poor Ursa and kiting him around. Tiki joins the fray, gets the kill on the enemy carry, and Psyonix also killing off the Shadow Shaman casually in the backlines. Oh no. Oh, Boulder Smash catches out the Invoker. He has to Yule Scepter himself back up, but will that be enough? Probably not. A second Yule Scepter. That was a Yule Scepter from Tiki the first time. The Epicenter's committed, and this Invoker goes down for 60 seconds. No buyback on him. They force the buyback on the Shadow Shaman. They managed to catch out at least Velo, but will they die? No, the Yule Scepter actually from himself saves him from the damage of the enemy team. Psyonix is just going around this fountain, trolling the enemy team. They got mega creeps 29 minutes in. This is GG, as Xiaodian calls it. They will be going down to losers brackets, and Geek Fam taking this game, this best of 3, 2-1, and winning against Xiaodian, the Singaporean team, and allowing themselves to remain in the winners brackets. That said, guys, that's the stream for today. I hope you've enjoyed. There's going to be more games by Joe XD Try. I think it's Joe DX Try. It sounds better, Joe DX Try. Whatever. You know, he's going to be casting the EU games for the day, so feel free to watch him. Friend of mine, he's a cool guy. So stay tuned to this channel. If you did enjoy my cast, follow me on Twitter at the Swordfish, and feel free to tweet at me if you did hate the cast, or actually just spam in the chat if you did hate the cast. You know, feel free. Even if it's in Russian, I'll translate it and cry on myself. So you're going to accomplish what you want. That said, guys, hope you did enjoy the cast. I also post on my YouTube my replays,